All right, so we are live. We are live here on the Black Therapy Show. And Tiffany, where are you?
I'm in Brooklyn in Park Slope doing Fashion Week Brooklyn. We just finished up our shows. So I wanted to just check in with everybody, tell everybody we love you. And please make sure y'all like and subscribe. How are you doing, Carl?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. And Kevin, I have no idea. Kevin was sending me videos for the topic we have today, but I don't see
Hmm.
him. And I don't see him. I don't know where Kevin's at. Mama Lee, if you're watching, can you get your son?
You
Uh
text him?
No, but he was texting me. He was sending me stuff. He was sending me videos. So we were kind of, I mean, he was sending me videos for the topic because, we were talking about the Obama being attacked by black men because he told them to vote for Kamala. And Kevin was sending me videos, and now I don't see him. And so I know he's okay. But Kevin, the show starts at 7. Uh, it's been 7 o'clock for the last 2 years, 2 years. Um, so Tiffany's gone. So anyway, I'm gonna get the show started. So today's topic, I'll be flying solo today. So hopefully you guys can hang with me. Tiffany's gonna be back and forth. Tiffany's gonna be in the green room, and then she's gonna go back to her show, and then she's gonna go back to the green room. So she'll be back and forth. Um, but today's topic, we're talking about former President Barack Obama. Some people are saying he scolded. He didn't really scold the black men. Some people are saying he was trying to tell black men who to vote for. He was, in my opinion, he was basically telling them you're voting against your own interest. And they took it as he's trying to tell us who to vote for. And there was a lot of backlash. And I have videos. I'm going to show some videos that show some black men have no problem with it, but there's a lot of black men who, as they say, sick and tired of the Democratic Party doing nothing for them. They say so. They're going to give Trump a try as
My
racist
yeah.
as. Go ahead.
No, I don't understand why they saying that he tried to scold them. I think he was just voicing his opinion about what was going on. He just kept it real.
Absolutely. That's all he was doing. Okay, Mama Lee checked in. She said he's in travel. She'll be in soon. Yeah, okay. That's good. At least we know he's okay. I just
Right.
want to say he was okay. So as long as he's okay, we are okay. So Kevin's gonna be on soon. So a lot of people are upset with Barack Obama for pointing out the obvious. That's all he did. He pointed out the obvious. I don't care how great Trump's policies are. Would you buy candy for someone that murdered one of your family members, Tiffany?
No, I
Don't.
wouldn't. Why would I do that for? I
But what
hold
if it's your favorite?
grudges.
But what if it's your favorite candy? What if it's candy you love?
All things that glitter ain't gold.
Thank you.
You can't trust everything. Everything that looks shiny or feels better is not all that. You're eating, then it tastes sour.
So these people that are saying that they like Trump's policies, okay. Even if you have great policies, what about the other side? How can you overlook all the other stuff? So we're gonna get into it, but like I
A
said,
lot of people were upset. Sorry, a lot of people was upset because they was like, "Is they mad because it's a black woman, or they don't want to vote for a woman?" So it's a lot going on. So let us know what you got, what videos you got.
all right. So here's Barack Obama and some of what he said. Barack Obama spoke for this was like a 5-minute video, so I might not show all of it, but I'll try to show most of it so we can get some context behind what's making the black men so upset.
And just speak some truths, if you don't mind. Because my understanding, based on reports I'm getting from campaigns and communities, is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly and say that when you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences, who's had to work harder and do more and overcome and achieves the second highest office in the land and is putting forward concrete proposals to directly address the things that are vital in our neighborhoods and our communities, from housing to making sure that our mothers and our fathers and our grandparents can afford medicine, and making sure that we are dealing with prices that are too high and rents that are too high, and are committed to, is committed to making sure that we maintain the Affordable Care Act, so everybody's got help here, and cares about things like education and entrepreneurship in our neighborhood.
Now, let me just stop it there, because that does not sound like Barack Obama is scolding anyone. He's not yelling. He's not hyped up. He's not, he's not animated. He's not telling them, like, trying to force them to vote. I mean, he's very cool. He's just breaking it down point by point. He's just telling them exactly why the other person is not fit for your vote, and he's trying to enlighten them. That's what I see him doing. I don't feel like he's scolding them. I didn't feel like he was scolding me. He was talking to black men, so of course he was talking to me. He was just pointing out, hey, if you're going to vote for this person, remember this, this is what he did. Remember, this is how Kamala grew up, and she's more like you than he is like you. But at the same time, I do understand black men saying that the Democratic Party, people want things done for them specifically. They want to hear, we're going to do this for the black people only. They don't want to hear everybody else included. They want their own thing. But obviously, that's not what's happening. So that was Barack Obama speaking to the black men. And here are some responses from some other black people as to what they had to say about Barack Obama's speech.
I'll be very honest with you here. Any black person who votes for Trump is committing treason against the black community. Why? Because Trump is a blatant white supremacist who, just as Obama said, has a long history of racially denigrating black people. And for speaking that truth, some blacks are now attacking Obama. Where were these people when Trump called Nazis very fine people? Where were these black people when Trump told white racist terrorist groups to stand down and stand by? Where were these black people when Trump called it sad and foolish to dismantle a Robert E. Lee statute, when he inferred that what he calls black jobs are low level? When he said, you live in poverty, your schools are no good, you have no jobs, 50% of your youth is unemployed, and he had the nerve to ask us what the blank do we have to lose? When he said Colin Kaepernick should go back and help fix the totally broken, crime-infested place from which he came. And then he said that SOB should be fired. When he said that the late Congressman Elijah Cummings should spend more time in Baltimore. Maybe he could help clean up that very dangerous, filthy place. When he said the late John Lewis should go back to Atlanta and fix that crime-infested place. When he referred to African countries as S-hole nations, he said that. When he falsely claimed that he has done more for Black Americans than anyone, with the possible exception of Abraham Lincoln, like he's our pimp. When he said Black people love him because he was indicted and has a mugshot. He called Harris, said she had just turned Black. He said Haitians are stealing people's pets and eating them. He said that Harris is mentally impaired and mentally disabled. He said she's as dumb as a rock. He called Maxine Waters a low IQ person. And we all know he refused to rent apartments to Blacks in the 70s and was sued for it. And how do these Black men respond to Trump's insults? They say that they like it because he speaks his mind. But Obama is speaking down to them by telling them the truth. Now make it make sense. Make it make sense. You can't, because this is the warped thinking of people who have been traumatized by oppression and victimized by disinformation.
All right, so here is the other side. Here's the here's the other side of what people thought of Obama's speaking to the Black men.
This message goes out to Barry, better known as Barack Hussein Obama, telling me and other Black men how we should vote for Kamala Harris. Let me tell you something.
Let me just stop this video here. I thought gay men liked. I thought Trump did a lot for the I thought Barack Obama did a lot for the gay community, but apparently this guy is not happy with Obama. But anyway,
this message goes out to Barry, better known as Barack Hussein Obama, telling me and other Black men how we should vote for Kamala Harris. Let me tell you something here. Number one, Kamala did not grow up like me. She grew up in upper middle class. Really, that don't matter. I'm voting on policies, and her policy sucks. So Obama, keep your mouth shut, okay? You're the gatekeeper. You kept the gate on a lot of Black people being ignorant. Quite a few of them have awakened to the lies of the Democrat Party. So Barack Hussein Obama, kiss our ass because we voting for Trump.
that was pretty intense. That was pretty intense. I have studied, but not studied, but I have wondered time and time again, what is it about Trump that's so appealing to Black people? How can we overlook all the things that Trump is? I mean, what do they see that I don't see? That's what I keep asking myself. I remember, was it Harriet Tubman, who said she saved a lot of slaves, and she would have saved more slaves if they knew they were slaves. And I think that goes to what's going on here with these Black Trump supporters. But of course it would say that we are the ones that are brainwashed. We've been brainwashed by...
No, they're brainwashed. We already had Trump supporters on our show. We already know where,
Yeah. Um, yeah. Donna, hey, what's up, Donna? Donna said, Carl, you know what they say, birds of a feather stick together. Yeah, but it's just mind-boggling to me, Donna, especially Black Americans that grew up in America, right? Donna is from Barbados. I'm from Barbados. We immigrated to this country, and we can see exactly what's going on. But sometimes I think it's kind of the Stockholm syndrome, and I've said it on this show before. Um, how can you be born in America and I don't get it and support a person like Trump who clearly wants nothing to do with black. Um it is amazing to me. But like I said, Harry Tubman did say she saved a lot of slaves, but could have saved more slaves if they knew they were slaves. And the people who are saying that they're voting on policy, what policy? Some people are saying
No,
um
they're voting on chaos. I mean, come on. He don't make me feel balanced. He don't make me feel like, okay, I can trust him with the world. Not with how he's been acting this past year. Like the white fear that he's putting inside of people and other people also is just too much. So I don't understand my black men or anybody that's voting for him that, I just don't get it. But everybody to each his own.
yeah. Yeah. I don't get the appeal. What's up, Kev?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, your mom told us that you were on your way, so we felt good about that. We just want to know that you were okay.
Yeah. I was traveling in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay. Thank you.
Hey, no problem, brother. Yeah, so we're discussing the thanks for the videos you sent. The appeal that Trump has to the black MAGA people. Um, they seem to have a short term memory. Um, I, why are they so mad? Because I just played some of the Barack Obama. I'll play some more again because to me, Barack he wasn't scolding black men. He wasn't yelling at the black men. He was very calm. He was very, you know what I mean.
He
I
was
He
agree.
informative. He was just informing them, like letting them know, like I'm keeping it like you in the barbershop. We keeping it real. We letting you know, like be careful on who y'all voting for. So I think people just took it to another level. Also, I heard somebody say, how could some Kenyan man, for his father from Kenya, tell an Indian lady for black men to vote for an Indian lady? So this is how you know people are so ignorant because it's not even about color for me, it's about experience. Kamala is more experienced for the job. He's not experienced for the job.
I don't believe I'm calling the bluff on everybody. I don't believe that many men are voting for
yeah,
Kamala Harris. I think on TikTok, every other video you see a black man, I think they're being paid. I think they're taking a check. I think these are people who aren't probably voting anyway. I think Trump surrogates have went out and found black men and have given them nice checks to get on these social media sites like TikTok and make these videos. That's just my opinion. I strongly believe it. I cannot believe we have this many stupid ass black men in America. And I'm not biting my tongue. I'm being honest. I just don't believe it. I think that in the social media world, I think people will sell their soul to the devil for money. And I think if somebody walks up and say, "Hey, I give you $5,000 to get on Instagram or TikTok and make these videos," they're going to take that 5 grand because a lot of these guys, they're probably approaching are guys who have regular jobs, working at a regular place, making a regular 9 to 5 money, and they're not going to turn down $10,000. If you're working at Walmart and somebody offer you a check for 10,000 to get on Instagram or TikTok and say negative things about or great things about Trump, a lot of people gonna look around like this and go, "I'll take that 10 grand. I'm making that video right away." I'm just, and it might be
Yeah.
more than 10 grand.
Well, it's a lot of
There's
people
big
getting
money out here in this
paid.
world. It might be
Yeah.
$30,000 to make these videos or more. We don't know. I just believe that a lot of it's fake. I think it's not real people. I think these are just black men who aren't even voting to begin with, and they're just taking the checks because we already know a lot of these black Trump supporters you see at these Trump rallies that's sitting behind Trump, blacks or Trump holding the signs. It's already come out that most of those people have been paid to be there holding those signs. So if
And
you're gonna pay people
yeah.
to stand behind Trump and hold signs saying blacks for Trumps, then why wouldn't you pay them money to make videos? So I don't believe the hype. I know there are some black. I mean, I'm not saying there aren't no black Trump supporters. Of course there are. I just don't think the numbers are as high as they are. you know. And as I stated in the past, I've had some debates with Trump supporters, black Trump supporters, or black conservatives as they call themselves, on Facebook and so forth. And I'll back and forth. One guy just admitted to me, a black guy, that Democrats are wussies with a P because we have women running our party. So there are some male chauvinist sort of
Well, though, this world is male
men who don't want
chauvinist.
to, white and black, who don't want to see a woman in power. Then a lot of it to do also with, like Dr. Umar has gotten on my last nerves with his videos. I can't even watch him anymore. He's definitely on my list
But
forever.
don't it's not only Dr. Umar, it's
But I'm saying
Tariq
Umar has an
Nasheed.
audience, though. It's
Tariq
the
got
cat
Nasheed got a bigger audience, and
the
he
cat
goes
that
after
that
Kamala.
Trump might be paying to get on TikTok and say stuff. Umar has a big audience too, and Umar has been one of the biggest people going after Harris. And I think a lot of it has to do with her interracial marriage, and the fact that she's a prosecutor. A prosecutor puts people in jail. Now, if she was a public defender or a lawyer who worked on getting men out of jail, she wouldn't have that much heat. With black people hate prosecutors always, because black people always look at prosecutors as the enemy. Because prosecutors are the ones who put black men in jail, for committing crimes. So when you commit a crime, you go to court, and the prosecutors, it's a sister or a black man, they catch more heat, than the white man, right? So that's just my opinion. I don't believe the hype. I think she still will win the majority of black votes. I can't, Trump hasn't won the majority of black votes anytime he's run for president. He's, no matter who it was, get Hillary, won more black voters than Trump, you know, and I think this time will be the same, And here's the bottom line: I don't think is if every black man in this country voted for her, you know, it doesn't guarantee she wins the election, because we need black people. We need people, period, white and black and Asian and Hispanic, Latino, whatever in these electoral uh, states, these swing states as they call them, to come out and vote. You know,
Yeah.
uh, and look,
Hmm.
Barack Obama. I saw the whole speech. Uh, the guy is brilliant, and he said what needed to be said. Like, why would you vote for a white supremacist? That's it. Why would you vote for a white supremacist? You know,
All
hey,
right.
hey, Carl. Trump wants to give immunity to police officers. Carl and Tiffany. He wants to give immunity to police officers. So that means if he does that, that means the next time a police officer shoots an unarmed black man, he won't be held accountable. You know, uh, the odds of him going to jail is already hard enough to convict these guys as it is for killing unarmed black people. That's already a struggle. So just imagine if Trump gives them full immunity. That means they only have to go to court. I mean, he wants to pass laws that hurt African American men. So why would African American men vote for a guy who's passing laws to hurt you? It's because they're being paid and they don't care about anything other than getting a quick check to get on
Or,
TikTok and say these
or they
things.
could be used to dysfunction and abuse. Because I don't understand how you have those black Trump supporters going down to his rallies and getting their butt whooped. You saw the ones getting their butt whooped. You like,
Yeah,
wait a minute, y'all coming here to support him, but his people is whooping y'all asses.
yeah, because they're racist. They don't, they're racist. They don't care. They're racist. They don't care if you. I tell black Trump supporters all the time. You know, you can put on all the MAGA stuff you want. If a civil war breaks out in this country, and all these white supremacist groups coming at the people of color. They don't care if you're wearing a MAGA hat. You
They
know,
sure
they
don't.
don't care at all. You put on all the MAGA hats you want, all the I voted for Trump stuff, in my front yard. It doesn't matter. When these white supremacist groups get their guns and hop in their pickup trucks with their Confederate flags and hit the streets to start a race war or a civil war, whatever we want to call it, you know, uh, and they're crazy enough to do it because we've had it before. We've had a civil war before. Another civil war is not out of the question. They're already saying if Trump loses, we'll have a civil war. There's a lot of sick white people out here. I hate to say it like that. There's a lot of sick ass white people out here, who want to take to the streets with their guns and kill unarmed people of color. And that's going to include Latinos that voted for him, black men that voted for him. It don't matter.
Anybody that is have a color on their skin.
Exactly. Indians, everybody who, when they come, they're coming after people of color. And you can throw on your MAGA hat, your little red, I voted for Trump stickers or whatever you have. It's not going to save your ass. So, you know, these people are playing with fire. They're playing with fire. Trump needs to lose by a landslide. And that's the only way it will stop all of this nonsense. If he loses by a landslide, that would lower the temperature of having a civil war. That would probably lower the temperature of him saying the election was stolen. It can't be by 10,000 votes or 20,000 votes because he's already setting the table for saying the election is stolen. He did that, with Biden. And before the election even happened with Biden, he started this whole thing about, well, the election is going to be stolen. He's already doing the same thing all over again. He's not going to accept a losing this election to Kamala Harris. He's not. He's already starting to crap. There are Republicans on record saying, well, we need a civil war. That's what it takes to get them back in office. These white people are ready to go to war. They're ready to go to
That don't
war.
make no sense that they
It
ready to
makes
go
no
to
sense.
war.
You're absolutely right. It's disgusting. It's sad that we're living in this day and age, 2024, that,
And it's
you
supposed to
know,
be the land of the free.
but you know what? They lost the first civil war. They'll lose the second civil war. I don't think everybody's on board. I think there's probably 1,000 knuckleheads out there, terrorists. I should call them terrorists, not knuckleheads, white supremacist terrorists who will try something, but they're outnumbered. They're way outnumbered. They won't win. Unfortunately, innocent people will get hurt. Unfortunately, but I don't think they're going to win, Carl and Tiff. I don't think they can win a civil war.
Right.
You
So
know,
here's some videos of some brothers. Like Kevin said, I don't think these black men are. I don't think it's as high as 20%. They're saying that high as 20% of black men will be voting. I don't think it's that high.
The motherfucker played in our face for 8 years, then y'all came on a year after he was out of the presidency. The dude asked him why you didn't do nothing for black people. The motherfucker said, I can't do nothing for just a certain group of people. But you did do something for a certain group of people, sir. The LGBT community is a certain group of people that you did shit for. The immigrants is a certain group of people you created shit for. All you did for black people was take, and give to other fucking groups of people. And then to sit there and play in our face and say, you couldn't do nothing for a certain group of people, and you say you a black man? Hey man, I don't care what. Man, listen man. My loyalty will always first and foremost be to my black, to my motherfucking culture. Because that's what I come from. And just the same for a Caucasian man. First and foremost, his loyalty should be for his culture. Asian man, his culture. And go on so on. You as a black man to sit there and say that shit? Where's your loyalty, man? Malcolm X turned over in his grave when you got up there and took that presidential nomination, and you didn't do shit for us, bruh. You didn't even represent reparations. You didn't even speak on it, homeboy. You ain't even speak on reparations, Obama. How dare you? How dare you? When my ancestors went through slavery, my ancestors, my mama, my daddy, my mama picked cotton, homeboy. My mama picked cotton. And you ain't even talk about reparations. You didn't even bring it up. And you saying you couldn't do nothing for a group of people? How about the people that was enslaved? How about the ancestors? How about our bloodline? We were enslaved 100 years ago, not less than 100 years ago, man. That shit wasn't a long time ago. We were picking cotton, being called less than a human, and you say you couldn't do nothing for us? You ought to be ashamed of yourself as a black man. I despise everything you are and everything you will be. You ain't no black man. You ain't nothing to us. And if anybody would vote for anybody that is a friend of yours, that is a counterpart to yours, that is in any unison to Obama, you ain't a friend of mine. You an enemy. My ancestors bled. My ancestors were nuts were cut off. My ancestors were torn, all in the name, and you ain't even bring up reparations, man. We ain't walking out. We as black people walk in the door less, and you don't think and you know it, and you didn't think to bring it up. Man, you ain't shit, Obama.
Wow, that was very passionate.
It was.
I felt it in my blood, how he felt because my great grandmother was a slave. It's like it's not that far back. My grandmother was with the sharecropping and then her mother was a slave. So for him saying that and being so passionate, I understand. But also what we have to understand, just like Kamala and Obama, yes, they're black. We get it. But his passion is coming out of and this is what I have heard from black men that they didn't come from foundational black Americans. Like they don't really understand the root of what our people have been through. Obama was raised by a white woman. You understand what I'm saying? So he and his father wasn't even there. His father was from Kenya, but not American. So that was what a lot of black men were saying to me because I've been asking questions, about why they feel the way they feel, dealing with Kamala and now hearing this black man talk about Obama. Like, Obama would never know what black Americans really feel like because his ancestors wasn't slaves on the plantation. But we have to make room for change. We have to make room to open up doors for others. And I think that a lot of people are scared to make the step to Kamala. I don't understand why, because it's actually common sense, because again, she's experienced. You understand? But, what can I say? But I understand that black man's roar. I understand it.
He said he Obama didn't even bring it up. Like he didn't even propose or talk about.
No, he never brought up reparations. I'm gonna be honest with you. None of these people, not Trump, not Kamala, and not Obama, ever brought up reparations. So that lets you know that they don't even think that we deserve it. You
Well,
understand what I'm saying?
I was gonna say that, Tiff. I was gonna say, can somebody name? Can this brother name a president that brought it up?
But
We've had 47, right? Can you name somebody out of the 47 presidents that brought it up?
No,
I don't think
no.
George
That's another
Washington
thing.
didn't
You didn't
bring it
let
up.
me finish. You didn't let me finish because Trump didn't bring it up either. So none of these people brought up the conversation about reparations. And then when they did ask Kamala, she said, "No, I'm not going to do anything just for one set of people. I have to do it for all people." You understand what I'm saying? But the majority, most of your people are black people that you want these votes for. So this is what we're asking for. We need assistance.
But she
I mean,
can't say that. She cannot say that. She will alienate
well, we know that because
you.
she
She
can't
can't
get
come out
into
and
the
say,
White
"Hey,
House
I'm
if
going to
she
help
say it.
black people." They just can't do it. They
No,
can't
she
say that.
can't. So that means we still not winning.
And guess what? And guess what? All right. So when Jesse Jackson ran for president, he had an afro and everything, right? Did he win? Nobody. Was he black enough? He was black. He walking around like this with an afro, and nobody voted for him either, right? Al Sharpton ran with his perm, looking like James Brown Jr., and nobody voted for him either. So So what do you want? You know, it takes an Obama or a Kamala Harris to get through the crack of the doors. This is still
Well,
America. They're
again,
not going
you
to
just said
they're
it.
not going to vote for Jesse Jackson with an afro like this, to put
Yeah,
in the
because
White
this is
House.
a white country. That's why
Well,
it's
we
not going to
know that.
happen like
That's
that.
why Kamala Harris can't say what this brother want her to say. That's why Barack Obama got slayed for wearing a tan suit. How the hell he gonna come out and talk about reparations when he got his ass handed to him just for having on a tan suit? How you gonna talk about reparations when he got in trouble and had to apologize when he said Trayvon Martin could be my son? I mean, the guy didn't have as much power. The guy had to show his birth certificate to a freaking failed racist businessman named Donald Trump. He had to go show his birth certificate just because some asshole wanted to see it. I mean, how much power did the guy got? He got dragged through the mud. The guy couldn't do nothing right. Black people want him to be Jesus Christ, and white people want him to be God. And because he was neither, he gets dragged. This brother is so passionate about what Obama didn't do, and he ain't that passionate about what Ronald Reagan did to Black America.
And you can't do that either.
What
That's
did what
another
did Ronald
thing.
Reagan Ronald
Tim, you
Reagan
can't do
Ronald
that to
Reagan
him. You
Ronald
cannot.
Reagan did
That's what's wrong with
10 times
black
worse
men
things to
and
Black
black
America
people.
than Barack Obama ever did. This we have still generations of generations and generations of Black people have been destroyed because of policies from people like Reagan and Nixon and so
Well,
forth.
we're not talking about those dead
No, we
presidents.
are talking about it. No,
We're talking
No,
about the
we're talking
feeling
about it.
that these black
No,
men are having and why they
I don't
don't
care
want to
about
do
their
what they're
feelings. They're
doing.
wrong to have these feelings. That's my
So
point.
you trying to tell me if you have feelings, I can't say you're wrong for having your feelings. We cannot say it's wrong for him having his feelings or how he feel about
Well, he
that
needs to go educate
situation.
himself then.
That's
With the brother, he didn't sound. I understand. Okay, you think because a Black man gets the job, everything's going to be okay for Black America. That's what he thinks, and that's why he's so angry
no,
at
I'm not
Obama
saying
because,
that. I'm saying it's okay for him. I'm not saying
well,
that,
if you
Kev. I'm
don't
just
educate
saying we
yourself on
cannot
the three
dismiss
branches of
a
government and
black man's
realize that
feelings
Barack Obama
about how he
could not
feel.
do the things that this brother wanted him to do, Tiffany. He just couldn't do it.
But
He
I think
just couldn't do it. He couldn't do it.
Well, listen.
that
I'm not saying Obama was perfect. Obama was far from perfect, but so was the other 46 presidents or 45
Yeah, and he
presidents.
got into office and he didn't do. Think about it. He did more for the LGBT. I'm sorry, I'm going to keep it real. What I saw in my eyes with Obama, he did more for the LGBT, but also the LGBT put money in his pocket, and that's something that Claude Anderson said. He said we as black people need to get our monies together and for them and get to these political officials to talk about our issues because it's all about money. We learning this now. It's all about money. So my thing is, I'm not dismissing what that black man or any black man feel. I just hope that they vote what is common sense and not emotion. You understand? And I pray that Kamala, she get in, she do all of that. Because if she doesn't, I hope that you're out there rooting and tooting the way you're rooting and tooting for her right now.
Well, yeah, we have to hold them accountable to a certain extent,
I
but we
hope
also
you
have to
do.
realize there's only so much they can do for Black America because they're not in the White House just for
She
Black
got
America.
4 years. What
Obama
did
was
he
in the
come?
White House. First of all, when he got in the White House, he
She
had to
got
clean
four
up George
years. Let's
Bush's
see what she
mess.
do in 4 years.
Huh? First thing he had to do was clean up George Bush's mess. You know what the economy was like when he came into the White House? We were close to being in the depression.
No,
We
I
were almost in the.
understand. They said
I mean, there was so
Obama
much
left the
going
White House
on.
with it
There
clean.
was so much going on. We were in three wars, or two wars. We were still in the Iraqi war. We still were over in Afghanistan. There was so much going on when Obama came to the White House. The housing market was crashing. George Bush handed over the keys to the White House with one of the worst economies since the Great Depression. I mean, there was so much stuff going on. The auto industry was almost gone out of America. There were so many things going on that a president has to do that we don't know about, and things the president has to do that just doesn't appeal to. I mean, it's just not okay. We got a brown man in the White House. Let's get our reparations. I know it sounds good, but it's not as easy as you think it is, or this brother think it is. And these guys, they get pounced on from from white America for not, and then they get pounced on from black America. Obama has gotten more heat from black men uh, than he's getting than any white president before him. He getting more heat than freaking Jeffrey Davidson. I mean, we picking on Obama more than we picking on presidents who were slave owners. At this point, I mean,
Listen,
the
it's
guy
nothing
has
that
to
we
be
can do
the guy to
about
be
that
perfect.
right
The guy
now.
to
They
be Jesus
all
Christ,
dead and
man.
gone.
The guy to be
But we're
Jesus
talking
Christ,
about
perfect. Tip, it can't happen. We've had this reparations talk on this show a million times. It sounds good. We all rooting for it. If it happens, it probably won't happen under a black president because they're not going to allow a black president to do it. I mean, the fact that the race is even close between Kamala Harris and a guy who's been convicted for 34 felonies, who's through an insurrection on this country, who almost started a race war on January 6th, who had people with Confederate flags running through the Capitol, who has done all this racist stuff and all this nasty stuff and rhetoric and grabbing women by the pussy and talking, cheating on his wife and all this other stuff he's done since walked down those escalators calling Mexicans rapists and murderers. All the things Donald Trump has done over the last 16 years. And it's still, this guy still might be the next president of the United States of America come November 5th. And you're telling me that Kamala Harris, who don't even have a freaking ticket for jaywalking, is the problem of this country.
who said that? I didn't say she was the
I'm just
problem.
saying,
Oh,
I'm just saying, black people need to, as Malcolm X once said, you want to hide something from a black man, put it in a book. So that just tells you black people do not freaking read. They need to read and study and get off of freaking TikTok and learn how this government works. Realize that you got the lesser of two evils happening here. And you think that dude is bitching now? Wait till Project 25 get on his ass. Wait till JD Vance become president when Fat Boy drop off the planet. And racist ass JD Vance gets into the White House in the Oval Office, and watch what happens. You know, watch when Trump puts these conservative racist ass judges on the court that's going to pass all sorts of laws that's going to
but
they
they was
overturn
always there.
they overturned Roe versus Wade. What's the other one? They overturned the other thing. It's only a matter of time before they overturn civil rights. Then what you gonna do when civil rights is overturned? We back to we were in the '60s. You know, so you got a choice. You have a choice. You know,
Everybody has a choice, and
all
we
right. Well,
pray
people
that
need to
people don't.
educate themselves. Even
Right.
Donald Trump's generals, the people that work with this guy, said he's unfit and most dangerous person, and he should be nowhere near the Oval Office.
Or
And you got
near
black
any
people on TikTok
buttons.
bitching about I'm not voting for a woman.
That's another one.
Told you
That was another
over
one.
they told you over and over again. People that people who know this guy, his family members. I mean, his family members, his generals, his vice president. They all have said this is the most dangerous man. He is freaking George Wallace on steroids. This guy should be
Oh,
nowhere near the White
You
House.
said George Wallace on
what?
I'm not
steroids?
talking about the comedian George Wallace. I'm talking about George
Oh,
Wallace,
okay.
the politician from the '70s, who was one of the most
Okay.
racist people. He was so racist. He got an assassination attempt, matter of
I
fact, on
know
him.
you said
But
that.
what?
Ended up
I'm
in a
like,
wheelchair.
But what?
Somebody shot him. Yeah. So no, I'm just saying he's George Wallace on steroids, not the comedian George Wallace, politician George Wallace. Trump is a dangerous man. We're playing with fire. We're playing with fire big time. Harris is not going to be perfect. Barack Obama's not perfect. Bill Clinton wasn't perfect, you know, and Trump ain't perfect. But being unperfect and dangerous is two different things.
But what does that tell you about America?
Hold on, I want to say, and what scares me more than Trump is JD Vance. JD Vance, who is who has been financially basically put in the position that he is by this right wing nut job, Peter Thiel, Peter Tosh, I think his name is. Look him up. One of the most racist billionaires, Peter Thiel, billionaire. He's been financing this guy forever, and that's why he's putting him in the position to get in the White House. These guys know what they're doing. They're using Donald Trump like a puppet so they can get these JD Vances and Elon Musk, these
Now
billionaires
that's the
who want
one
to
we
take
need
over
to be.
America. Yeah, and who is Elon
That's
Musk
the
hanging
one
out
we
with?
need to be
Donald Trump.
scared of. Is Elon
Yeah,
Musk.
and he's hanging
That's
out with
what y'all
Donald
need to
Trump
be
at
scared of.
rallies. I'm saying these guys want to take this country over and put black people and brown people and Latino people. That's what Trump said on the first day when he gets in office. He having a mass deportation. He's getting. They're like, you can't get rid of the Haitians. They're here legally. What did he say? They're out of here.
That's fine.
They're out of here. So he wants to get rid of these people, even though they're here working with papers. He still want to get rid of them. They're out of here. Make America great again is nothing but code word for make America white again. And Trump is the puppet that these Peter Tills and JD
So,
Vance and
Eben,
all and what's the other guy in jail right now? Steve Bannon. All these right wing nut jobs got a plan, and Black America better wake up and stop freaking worrying about what Barack didn't do and what Kamala need to do. Because if these guys get back in the White House, we're gonna have bigger problems. What's up,
Hey,
information man? Good to see
information
you.
man.
Hey, how you
Good to
doing?
see
How's
you.
everybody doing tonight?
I'm
Eben,
doing
Hey,
trouble.
baby.
How
You
you
got your
doing?
Malcolm X glasses on. How your Malcolm X?
I'm doing fine tonight, man.
Good to
Great
see you, bro.
discussion. Good to see you all as well. Great discussion tonight. I mean, I heard what everybody was saying about Barack, but I have a problem with Barack. This man, where has he been as it relates to talking to the black community and talking to black men in particular? It's like he parachutes down because they know that Harris is having problems, so they bring out the magical Negro to tell black Americans something that he doesn't come from our lineage. I'm sorry. Barack Obama, he does not. This is a man, when you guys were talking about the reparations, of course Barack doesn't understand reparations because he doesn't come from our lineage. So how can he? He doesn't
That is
come,
true.
he doesn't
That is
have the
true.
history that links him to the very thing that black Americans are demanding for. Barack doesn't have any connection to that whatsoever. Only connection he has to it is Michelle. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Kamala either. Yeah.
right. But my problem with
Oh,
Barack is that
hold on, bro. Hold on. Before you get to your point, I'm gonna
go
let you
ahead.
finish your point, man.
Go ahead.
But so you're saying, you said you're right. Michelle, who's 100% Negro, as we should say,
Right.
right? But uh, I'll take that over Melania Trump any day of the week.
Right. But the point I'm trying to make, though, is that it's the same playbook that the Democrats do all the time. They parachute in at the last minute to try to appeal to black voters. Now, look, I don't know why anybody is panicking about the black male vote. The last time I checked, black men voted for Joe Biden 83%. Black women voted at 93% for Joe Biden. Over the years, when I look at the numbers, you look at the statistics, you look at the data. Let's see what's going on here. In 2016, he only got 7% of the black vote. 2020, he got 9%. That's a drop in a bucket compared to what the Democrats get wholesale. Now, the latest poll, this is the latest poll that came out today, and the article is it's 2024 Democrats Harrison and Biden poll shows. He's got it's jumped up, according to them, 78% of black people, and they talked about this on CNN and other shows, that she has the black vote at 78%, and they're claiming that the black vote has increased for Trump at 15%. Now, this is what people have to look at, and they've been talking about this already. Kamala Harris is never going to get to the levels that Barack got, so you can't compare her to Barack. This is what Negroes are doing on social media. You can't compare her to Barack because Barack Obama was like a comet shooting across the sky. We'd never seen it before, right? Right, Kev?
Right.
So
Yes, sir.
of course, let's be honest, the only reason why black people started voting and following Barack in the first place is when he won the Iowa caucus, when it was white folks that validated him. Up until then, Negroes wasn't hollering no. This is why this whole situation, this campaign season is all a joke, because nobody was hollering for Barack until white folks validated him. And that's our problem right there, Kev. Black people are too caught up in the Stockholm syndrome that Carl talks about, which we feel that the white man's ice is colder than the black man's ice. And you got all these Negroes on YouTube and their YouTube shows and their channels. Everybody is cooning and buck dancing for Donald Trump. And this is what's funny about it. Donald Trump hasn't told us what he's going to do for black people whatsoever. Either. So when you say Kamala hasn't spoken up, well, Trump hasn't said anything either. Now, the problem I have with Barack, brother, is just this. And even Roland Martin said this. He should have focused more on letting black men know why they should vote for her based on what her administration, along with Biden, what they have done for black men. So if Obama would have came out and said, hey, you shouldn't vote for this Trump guy who has had a history of denigrating you all these years. And this is the reason why, because under the Biden and Harris administration, they fought for this for you black men. If he would have gave them hardcore facts of what they have done for black men, I think that would have been a better approach than to just say, to put out there in the atmosphere, well, maybe it's because you guys are sexist. I didn't like when he did that. And I'm going to go with Nina Turner. I'm going to follow up.
Man, there is a lot of sexism from us. Unfortunately,
All right.
We don't want to admit that black men don't support black women, or they're not supporting this black woman because
If
one,
they
they don't
got
think she's
mommy
black
issues.
because
I
well,
disagree
first of
with
all, we
that.
go through this whole thing. She's not black enough.
I disagree with that whole notion that black men don't support black women.
Hold on a second.
Like I said in the show, brother, earlier. I don't know if you heard. We're not. We're always told we're not. I'm an entertainer, right? And Carl's an entertainer. So entertainers are always told you're not black enough, or you're too black, right? We deal with that all the time in show business. Or you're not black enough, or you're too black. So this is the same thing that's happening to Miss Harris, right? That she's not black enough. But then if she was black enough, then she wouldn't have the support of white America, right? Like I said, Jesse Jackson came out back in the 70s or early 80s with his afro. You know how many white people voted for Jesse Jackson back when he was running for president? Probably 2, right? So I'm just saying, nobody's going to support a guy that looks like Jesse Jackson with an afro. Nobody's going to support Al Sharpton with the perm like James Brown. You have to be that Barack Obama type of brother.
Well, see,
to get white America, you cannot win the White House without white America information, man.
Exactly, but Kev, what you just said works to the colorism of America. Brother, listen to what you just said. You said you can't win the White House if you were like Jesse Jackson on a little afro. Jesse Jackson,
true.
Right?
It's true. But I'm not sugarcoating my words here today. I'm being honest. It is absolutely true.
It speaks
I
to
know excuse my language. I know it's fucked up, but it's
speaks
true.
to the pathology of what's wrong with American society, that you have to look a certain way to run for president. Now, I know that I agree with you, Kev.
Me and Carl look alike. We both got the fedoras and the glasses.
I agree with you that white America feels more comfortable with what we would call Negroes that they see as safe, which is why Barack was able to do what he did. And of course, I get that. I'm simply saying that, yes, there is sexism within all of our communities, But I feel like every time black people decide that they want to make a choice that may not be a popular choice, I feel like we overreact as a people. And then next thing you know, when we overreact, now you send the magical Negro out, Barack Obama, who
Hmm.
now points his finger and wag his finger at black men when he ain't been nowhere near black men lately, and tells black men, well, maybe it's because you don't want to support her because she's a woman, without recognizing that maybe black men don't want to support her for a variety of other reasons, not just because she's a woman. And I'm going to quote what my sister Nina Turner said this weekend, and that is that you've never seen any of these political pundits and political operations go after other groups of men and say to those men, you guys must be sexist. When have you seen them do this to any other constituent? They don't do this to the Asian men. If Asian men say that they don't want to vote for her, which, and this is another thing though, Kev, Latinos, the Latino vote. Latinos have never voted for Democrats right down the line like we do. They split their votes all over the place. But I don't see anybody saying to the Latinos, you know, maybe Latino men are sexist. They only do it to us. They only shame us. And just like when Hillary Clinton lost her election because she was a flawed candidate, what did they do, Kev? They blamed Black America and said that it was our fault.
No,
So
actually,
they think
white
that they
women got
own us.
blamed for Trump.
Right. Well,
White women put Trump in the White House.
Right. It was
But let me ask you a question,
54%.
information man.
54%.
Let me ask you a question, information man, because we said Hillary Clinton was a flawed candidate.
Yeah, she was. That's why.
Trump
That's why
wasn't.
Trump got in. No, I'm saying
Wasn't Trump was a flawed candidate.
Yeah, Trump. This is what I'm saying. Trump was a flawed candidate, but Trump used the dog whistle of what America is really about. You just said it, Carl. They're not going to vote for a black person that looks a certain way. He fed into the racist history and attitude and ideology of America with the dog whistles, the take America back again, right? We know that Hillary Clinton was a polarizing figure. A lot of people didn't like her, both her husband or her. And I got to be honest, when you look at her campaign, she did not run a great campaign. And that allowed someone like Trump to slide right on in. But then you have to also ask yourself on the flip side, wow, we got 8 years of Barack Obama and we got bamboozled and thought that we had arrived and that America was changing. And then what did America do? They turned right back around and they put a guy in like Trump because America is showing us who they really are. Now, I don't think that overwhelmingly black men are going to vote for Trump. I think you're going to see some numbers that go up a little higher than they were in the past. But overall, he's not going to dominate the whole black vote. I think what we have is Negroes on social media, as I said before, who are putting this message out and think that they're moving a needle when they're moving no needle.
I said they're being paid. That's what I said
right.
earlier.
Yeah, they are being. Yeah, there are people being paid. I know they've been accusing Democrat surrogates of being paid, but we do know that the Russians interfered in the other election, right? And that there were rumors that the Russians, you know this, listening to the great late Joe Madison, that these Russians were paying black people to put out these narratives on social media, and they were calling up Joe Madison's show with the bullshit. You remember that, Kev?
I remember, yes, sir. I remember, brother.
So I agree with you, brother. I agree. And don't get me wrong, I'm not voting for any damn Donald Trump. I think he's despicable. He's horrible. And all these, I can't wait. If this fool gets into office and does all the horrible things that's going to impact us, I can't wait to call people out. I can't wait to expose the coonery that was going on. I don't want that to happen. I don't want it to happen because I don't want him to get in office. But I don't know what's wrong with our people right now. What are we expecting to get from Trump?
I said the same thing today. I was driving from Albany, New York today, man, and I said to myself, I said, if Trump wins, I can't wait. And all these bad things start happening. I can't wait to call all these people out.
Oh, I can't wait.
But you know what? At that point, it's like it'll be too late because we already know what he's going to do. You and I know what he's going to do. Joe Madison's probably rolling over in his grave. God bless him.
God,
you know, but we know what that's my point, information man, is that a bad Kamala Harris is better than a bad Trump.
Oh
We
yeah,
we we can't
that's a
we
hundred.
cannot afford. Donald Trump gets back in office, America can kiss his ass goodbye.
Yeah,
You know, that's what
I
I'm
agree.
saying. The country as we know it will be over. Our grandkids, our daughters, our kids, our grandkids. You know, I mean, we're in our, I guess, 50s or 40s or older on this panel right here. So we're on the other side of this thing. But the young people, you know, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the high schoolers and the junior high schoolers that have to grow up when these, you know, conservative judges and all these horrible people that Donald Trump is surrounding himself with that's just here for the takeover of this country, they're going to get the blunt of this. Our grandkids will get the blunt of this, you know. Yeah, that's all I'm saying, man. Is we can't afford for him to win this election. And if enough people, enough of these brothers, you know, like the brother that we played on the clip earlier that was so passionate about Barack Obama, you know, in his eyes being a complete loser, you know, hey man, keep that shit to yourself because Trump can't get back in office, or because you definitely gonna get your reparations from Trump.
No, you're not getting any. I've said this to people. Trump has already come out in an article a couple years back where he said that he doesn't. He says it's interesting, but he doesn't see it happening. He's not putting any support behind it. Another thing that that concerns me, everybody, is that I've done shows where I've shown Trump saying what he wants to do with police and their immunity at the federal level, and it seems like some black folks just don't get it. And I show you the stats of how often black men are killed, or are deleted by police
Yes.
when they're even unarmed. 3 times in comparison to their white counterparts. And I don't understand why people don't get it, that if this man gets in office and he gives these police officers all this power, all this authority on top of what they already have had, how that's going to harm a lot of black people. And then when these same black people lose their kids, their fathers, their sons, and they're going to be on TV crying, talking about we can't get justice. And the people that we sometimes criticize, like the Shoptons of the world and those same black people will be saying, where are these people at to fight for us? Because he's going to stack these courts. When they're going to gut the education department.
Yes.
There's going to be a lot of this stuff that's going to be destroyed.
Clay Kane, who had us on Urban View, made a very good point. He said that Hitler, one of the first things Hitler did was turn people against the media.
Right, which he's already done that.
And
he's already done that.
Trump's already done it with this fake news thing. Trump's already turned his people against the media,
Right.
So that's the path we're going down right now, where, first of all, you turn people against the media. It's the same tactic that Hitler used, for his takeover, turning people against the media,
Right.
And
And
Trump's
Trump
already
is
done
already
that. That's why nobody,
And let me just say this, if I could. Trump has also been quoted as saying, he said this live, I've heard this, that he's thinking about how we should suppress the social media and suppress the internet so that they can't expose people like him. So imagine if he gets in and he puts certain crony. Oh, wait a minute. If he puts someone like Elam in charge of the FCC and various media institutions that govern all this stuff, oh my God. Because look at what he's done with the X. He's let every white supremacist, every racist, every demagogue get back on that platform.
Well, brother, that's what I was getting at when I just brought that up. I was just about to say that. Thank you for the point. That's what I was saying was they're going to come after the media. Shows like the Information Man show or the Black Therapy show.
Yeah, they're
or
going to come
channels
after
like channels like Urban View 126, MSNBC, for example. All these shows are going to be under attack. Even small shows, and I don't mean to call us small shows, but shows like ours will be under attack.
Yeah.
They're going to come after everybody. Our shows, this type of platforms that we do, the MSNBCs of the world, will be gone. Rachel Maddow and all those people, Joy Reid. They're coming at all those people, Clay Kane and Karen Hunter.
Yeah,
And all these people on Urban View. So,
that's right.
like you said, Elon Musk would buy up all these stations because he got the money to do it. He's the richest man in the world. He had the money to buy all these stations, fire all these people, and put in his people.
And
They're
that's
going to come
exactly what he
after
did
all
at
of this
X.
this guy. It won't happen if Harris wins because she
Hmm.
has the power to stop these fools to a
Hmm.
certain extent from doing this stuff. If Trump
Hmm.
wins, that's what's going to happen. That's why Elon Musk is hanging in the balance because he's part of this takeover. He wants to take over the world, and Trump wants to take over the world. And Steve Bannon, they've been planning this for years, and Peter Thiel and all these guys. They've been planning this. This Project 25 thing has been in the works for years.
Hmm.
This ain't nothing new that just came up last week. They've been working on this for years. Donald Trump is just a dumbass plant who
Yeah.
they put in place because they know that he would do the things they want him to do because all they got to do is stroke his ego, you
Right.
know, and then like Putin strokes his ego, and I mean, so that's all I'm saying. I understand the brother's passion, Tiffany, but I'm just saying we can't take the chance. This election cannot be lost, or we're all in trouble. Trump is dangerous. His
Alicia,
the most decorated general in the U.S. Army military said it. This guy is dangerous. He cannot be near the Oval Office. You know,
let me
I,
show you.
I don't know who else can say that.
Barack. As a native of Chicago that watched your policies not do a single thing for black people, not anything for crime, not anything for a better way of living, it is insulting that you decided to get up here and pander us as black men for not voting for Kamala Harris. You are only voting for Kamala yourself because you have no choice. We both know that deep down inside, you wanted the open convention, but the optics didn't look good. We also both know that there were way better candidates that you guys could have went with for president, but you guys didn't. And so now they bring you out, the big guns, because they need you to come up here and clean up this mess. Because you know what? You are a well-spoken man. Because I can tell you right now that your nominee is not. I can tell you that your nominee doesn't answer questions. Your nominee stutters all the time, and she spits out word salads. And you expect for us to vote for her. I'm black. I'm not stupid. I vote for policies. I vote for what's going to allow for my way of living to change. I vote so that everyone can have a chance and continue to be a free thinker and not have censorship. And then you got up here on this stage and insulted every black man in America. And it's not okay. And so now you guys are sitting here and you want us to vote for this administration, who has caused the highest inflation, grocery prices suck, and they let everybody in the border. And if I remember Barack Obama, you were the deporter in chief. You deported over 3 million people. And for your nominee to not even be smart enough that when someone asks her a question, what would she do differently than what Joe Biden did, and her to say nothing is even more wild. So before you decide to get up here and attack every single black man on this planet, I want you to take a self-reflection and think about the behaviors that you're doing and that you're trying to put on us because we don't want to vote for Kamala. I want you to really look down deep inside of yourself and say, would you really vote for her if you wasn't a part of the Democratic Party? If it wasn't your job, would you really vote for her? I'm pretty sure you wouldn't.
Well, hey, motherfuckers. Now, I done already sent off my motherfucking ballot, so my job is done. However, I'm still getting into it with motherfuckers. And these ain't these goddamn cheatites in the comments. These is loved ones. I thought all I had to worry about was these ignorant motherfucking cheatites for Trump. But we got a whole subgroup of motherfuckers that are basking in ignorance because they refuse to do the fucking research. They more focused on these goddamn migrants than the reason why the fuck they here. When Joe Biden got in office, he put Kamala Harris in a room with Republicans and a couple of fucking Democrats to reform immigration. It took them 2 fucking years and they came up with a bill that gave the Republicans every fucking thing they wanted. It hit the Senate floor, and they voted no on it because Trump decided he wanted to run his campaign about the crisis at the border. You motherfuckers are going off and supporting the bitch that allowed this migration problem to get crazy. He killed the fucking bill. What I don't understand is how you motherfuckers would support a racist because he hates the same motherfuckers that you hate, not realizing that you look a hell of a lot like them.
Thank you, bro.
That's my point. Like, no matter how great they talk about, I like Trump's policies, I like Trump's policies, but the guy can't denounce the KKK. The guy said there were good people on the KKK. That's a stick. How is that not a sticking point for black people? How can black people say I like Trump's policies, knowing that the KKK supports Trump and Trump supports the KKK? That's all I need to know about Trump. That's all. I
And you
don't.
know what, Carl?
There's not.
You're right.
Trump gave blood to save my life. I would get off the operating table and tell him to kiss my ass.
You don't want his racist blood.
And you know what, Carl? What? And everybody talking about Obama talking down to black men on that speech he gave. One of the most important things he said in that speech was he talked about uh, Trump inheriting his economy, and which he did. Trump inherited Obama's economy and
Right.
rode it for 2 years, then brags about how great the economy was when it was Barack's work that made the economy good when
Right.
he
He
came into the
inherited
White
it.
House. And
Yeah,
But
he
we
then
all
inherited it.
know he's a
Trump
liar.
had a chance, when Trump had a chance to do something for this nation, when his leadership was put on the pedestal to be a leader with the pandemic, he failed miserably. Thousands of people died because of his lack of leadership, his lies, his calling it a hoax, uh, not taking it serious. One of the first things he did when he got in office was he uh, dismantled just about everything that Obama had did over 8 years, including getting rid of Obama's pandemic response team that was in place to protect us in case a pandemic happened. Uh, Trump got rid of that to take that money to put into a space program that he wanted to do. So then the pandemic happened. You know, all these people died because of Trump handling of this pandemic. Millions of people, Americans, passed away because of Trump, being horrible on this pandemic. Black people lost their lives, a lot of them.
Yeah, a
White
lot
people
of
too, but a lot of
black
black people
people,
died.
a
I
lot
know
of
people
black people
personally died.
lost their lives, but also a lot of black people lost their lives to ignorance. I lost friends just because I didn't get the jab. You understand what I'm saying? And that was a lot going on with that. So yeah, the pandemic was alive. The
You know,
pandemic
I,
was alive.
I don't understand why, and I know we talk about black people holding together and uniting. I know Kamala has stuff. There's stuff about Kamala Harris, of course. No candidate is perfect. Kevin says this all the time. Black people always want our candidates or super or hero to be perfect. They have to be perfect, right? There's no wiggle with black people. Whereas
Yep.
I mean, look at all the shit they let Trump go. Nobody, they riding with Trump regardless, but we always seem to want our people to be absolutely perfect. Listen, a horrible, no matter how bad Kamala Harris is she worse than Trump? And the answer is a resounding no. I don't care
Right.
how bad she is. Look at who she's running. If Kamala was running against somebody that was halfway decent on the other side,
Mm-hmm.
I can get the argument. I see.
Mm-hmm.
But Trump,
But him,
so
yeah,
horrible. He's an all around horrible person. But
a bad boyfriend.
the fact that he has this many people riding with him tells you so much about America. It doesn't even seem has moved an inch from
No.
the
No.
gym.
No.
You Carl, I felt that way from when he first came. Like people would vote for him. So
Right.
it's like, and also again, it's definitely was split. It was like the America was 50 here, 50 here when it came to voting for Trump. So
So
they let you know how America is so divided.
absolutely. And what we to take a page out of the Jewish community's book. And I heard that, and if a Jewish person opens a store and the prices are too high, right? All the Jews would get together and they go to that one store, whatever he said, and say, listen, we want to buy from you, but your prices are higher than whatever all the other stores. How can we help you get this down? And they work with him to get his prices down. They don't go after him and tell him he sucks and your prices are too high, which is what we as black people would do, right? I ain't having at his store. We wouldn't work with him to lower his price. What I'm saying is because why can't we work with Kamala Harris? Why can't we work with our people to make them better people?
We can't work with our people because you have to get rid of the self-hate first. There's a site. See, you gotta understand. Not that you have to understand. You know this. There's been a strong psychology that black people, not only in America but globally, out of all the people, we've been the most psychology. We've had the most psychology put on us in terms of how we see ourselves and how we see others that like us. I think the hate that people have for Kamala Harris and for people that may look like them, I think our hate is stronger than our logic. And another thing that I said before, we talked about before, the political education. I think black people are very illiterate when it comes to politics and how politics works. I don't think if you were to tell most black people, hey, Trump benefited from a Barack Obama candidacy, and you tell him that the economy is doing well for him because he got it from Barack, they would never believe you, because they don't understand how politics work. Most people don't know that you take on and inherit the budget and some of the things from one previous administration to another. A lot of black people don't understand the deeper surface of politics. We only know that we only look at the what's on the surface, but we never did go deeper into it.
Why you
and
think we don't? We don't
because
we feel like it's rigged anyway.
Right, but not only that, but I think we're too caught up in the flashy and the shiny toy. See, remember, a lot of black people who are into Trump, we got to remember, Trump was sort of like a celebrity. A lot of us grew up watching him on the lifestyles of the rich. A lot of people saw him as something to attain, to hang. Yeah, which I don't really care about him. I've already told people, just because he hung out with rappers, that don't mean that he not racist, because most of those rappers that he was hanging out with, it was a transaction. Trump is a transactional figure. He gets something from you, you get something from him, what have you. But I think a lot of us, we grew up watching him on television, and we seen him, at the boxing matches and all that stuff with the Al Sharptons of the world. And so we got caught up in this celebrity. And because he was on The Apprentice, we got caught up in his celebrity. So I think black people too often we're caught up in the flash and celebrity and not really tangible things such as, how does politics really work? How does it benefit us and not benefit us? I'll give you a perfect example. If I can remember this, I was talking to, you probably know who I'm about to bring up, Kev and everybody. I know brother Jay King. He lives in Sacramento. Jay King used to be one of the main singers in the what's the group? Club Nouveau. He lives here. He lives in the Sacramento area. Has a radio station, doing great things. And he had a show where he talks these sort of political things. And I had a little debate with him because he's heavy into the politics. And I said, let me send you this document. There was a document that came out about Trump, about the things that Trump was doing that was hurting kids in school. So let's say, Tiffany, you have a child, a daughter or a son, who's experiencing discrimination at school. And Trump came out with a policy to limit your child's ability, you as a parent, to be able to fight for your child's right at the school level. So he has many policies that came out that a lot of black people didn't know about, that went I printed the whole document. I got the document that went under the radar because we don't pay attention to the details. We only pay attention to what's in front of us. So when he gives a great speech and he sounds like he's an alpha man and we're going to kick these immigrants out of here. Yeah. We get caught up in that flash and we don't. Just for example, on my channel, I did a video about who was really responsible for giving money to black colleges. I had black people that were trying to debate me in the comment section and say, well, Trump ain't that bad. And I'm sitting up here telling you, Trump's been lying to you, black people. He's not the one mainly responsible for giving black colleges more money. He didn't put the budget together. Matter of fact, he was going to zero the plan out. And so you put this kind of information out to your people. You give them the data. You give them the facts. It's the Future Act. You can pull it up right now. It's called the Future Act. Trump didn't have anything with putting that together. He wanted to get rid of the funding for black colleges. And a lot of Negroes, for a number of years when he was in office, kept hollering, well, he did more for black colleges than Barack and everybody else. He can't be racist. He didn't do shit. He simply attached himself to a piece of law like he does everything else and tried to take credit for it. He's a damn chameleon. And our people don't understand it because we're too caught up in, well, he gonna get the illegals out of here.
I'm not even worried about them illegals. We worried about paying our bills, minimum wage. I know one Trump supporter said he's voting for Trump because he wants Trump to put down minimum wage back down.
Okay, so then check this out. You know how dumb that is? Let's say you have a child, you have a daughter, you have somebody in your family that needs to make some sort of money and they can only get that job. Well, if you move minimum wage down to what it was, $3 an hour or something like that, or $7 an hour, you're actually hurting your own people who might need them jobs.
That's right.
Who may need a little bit more. Stupid. If you get rid of Social Security, if you let the Republicans destroy Social Security, you might have a grandmother or aunt who needs that money.
That's right. You're right.
Social Security.
And my thing is, why would
and so black people don't think like that. We don't think nuance.
Right. Why would you want to take away minimum wage when everything is going up around us?
Anyway, yes.
It's not going up.
Right. So instead of trying to go after that, how about have a policy to say, hey, I haven't heard any politician come up with a policy to say, this is a policy for us to help people make more money. Where's that policy at?
Right.
Right now, everybody keeps saying that Kamala Harris doesn't have a policy and all these sort of things. Everybody heard Trump on that debate. They asked him about his medical policy. And he said, well, we're working on something. He don't have a damn policy.
That's supposed to be already done already.
Right.
Have a plan.
He don't have any plan. So you want to vote for a man that has no plan.
Here's a guy who's going to repeal Obamacare, which, by the way, Obamacare saved a lot of lives.
Hell yeah, it did.
A lot of lives. So when people say he didn't do anything, a lot of black people had health insurance and able to get operations and stuff like that because of Obamacare. You know, were able to get affordable health insurance. I mean, if you go do your homework, you know, you'll see things that he did do that was good, but he's not perfect. But he did a lot of good stuff. You just got to do your homework, you know, and see what he did, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I hate to say it. I think people think, oh, we got a black president. I'm now going to have money. I don't have to work hard. I don't have to save. I don't have to have good credit. I don't have to, you know.
Who thought like that? I never
do normal
thought like
things
that
in
when
life.
he came in.
I'm just saying, maybe not you, Tiff, but a lot of people probably did feel that way, you know, that, you know, everything we handed to black people on a silver platter because we got a black president. But people think like that. People are ignorant like that, you know. It's just, it doesn't make sense.
People say Rock did nothing for black people. I always ask, what specifically did you want? If you were king for a day and you could give yourself what you think Barack Obama should have given, what would you give yourself? What do they want?
I think, Carl, a lot of black people thought that once Barack got into office because he was black, that we were going to get reparations, that he was going to specifically make his policies only about us. I think black people really had that dream that this black man was going to part the seas, the Red Seas for us, and that we were going to walk into the promised land. But this is once again goes back to my point. Because we're so politically ignorant, everybody needs to know that when you are, there's a difference. People kept acquainting, you can't compare a community activist to a president. Not the same. There is no activist president because the system has never been designed for a president to be an activist in that way. And I think because Barack Obama was saying several times during his campaign that he was a community activist, I thought black people took that in internally and said, okay, he's going to be an activist president. It's going to be black people's time, right? That we're going to get all these things that we want centered around us. And it didn't exactly happen in the way that we wanted it. But the things that he did for black people that did benefit us, we don't talk about that or focus on that because the stuff that he did do isn't flashy. Carl,
Right.
it's not flashy, right? So like reparations would have been flashy because if everybody would have got this big old pile of money, we would be kissing his butt literally right now, right? But that's the flashy stuff. But that's not how politics works. It's the little things,
especially American politics.
Right. It's the little things that Barack did that many of us don't even know that he did because we're not politically astute.
Well, I was done when I saw black people excited because Trump's signature was on the check. They're like, Trump gave us checks. Like,
that was a psyop. That was a psyop. The presidents don't, whenever there's an emergency like this, the presidents don't normally put their name on the check. It comes from whoever it is, the controller or what, right? Trump did that on purpose to give people the optics and illusion that he wrote you a check personally. You see the psychology? I mean, I work in psychology. That was actually, if you think about it, that was actually deep on a really high level that Trump did that. Because why? It worked. Black people really think because they got a $1,200 check. Right. But it was a one-time check that we got, and we forget that Biden also gave us some money too. But everybody thinks, well, Trump gave us this because he put his name on the check. I knew when he did that was optics, that was manipulation, and a lot of us went for it.
So Trump knows our weaknesses. It's like
money and sneakers.
My brother used to say,
that's a damn embarrassment.
People study us. People study us.
Yes,
Asian people study us. They know what we like. And so you know what I mean. So everybody got his peg, man. Like Trump knows. Like he said, black people relate to me because I got locked up and I got a mugshot. Now, most black people should be assaulted by that, but most people aren't assaulted. But there's a lot of brothers out here go, yeah, he's one of us because he got arrested, and got a mugshot. And it's stuff like that I got felonies now, so y'all got to vote for me.
Oh my God, that's the low-hanging fruit. That's such low-hanging fruit that they would think. I mean, that was so embarrassing that I would think that black men would turn against Trump for doing that. But in fact, there were black men that embraced that bullshit. So basically you're saying that we all got a mugshot. They were all criminals. Therefore, and the thing that's crazy about it is Trump ain't done no time in jail. You got black men that's relating to him because of that did real time in jail.
And he only took a picture.
And this motherfucker this motherfucker done broke all kind of laws, took a picture.
Just took a picture.
And made money off the picture. And what black man can get arrested like him and then take their mugshot and get paid off of it and promote it?
No black man.
The gold sneakers. Don't forget about the gold sneakers.
Oh, the sneakers with the wings.
And then
this is the guy that's in a tight race with Kamala Harris, a guy that's hawking $100,000 watches, gold sneakers, mugshots. The president of the United States is hawking mugshots for money, and this is a guy.
This is America.
Yeah, as Carl said, they're showing who we are right now. It's
It's
extremely embarrassing.
America.
It's so embarrassing to be an American right now. You know, it's not
No,
even
I'm
like
not. I'm happy to be in America, but I'm very disappointed in a lot of people's choices, and we hope that they will use their common sense, and really say, "I'm going to vote for somebody that I believe that's experienced to do the job," instead of somebody that is putting in white fear, putting in black fear,
It,
making people feel uncomfortable, and they still ranting and raving about cats and dogs with the Haitians. Like, I don't understand why they haven't put a hex on their ass yet. The
it,
color purple, two fingers, right? Like,
even the Africans are on Trump's side. Here you go.
So somebody explain to me why these Democrats think that black people, black men, have no ability to think for themselves. Somebody got to tell them how to think. It was 4 years ago, right, that Joe Biden said to black men, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. And then Obama tries to top that this week and says, if you don't vote for a black woman, something wrong with you as a black man. What is wrong with people? No, Obama, please go sit down somewhere. Because listen, for the 8 years you were president, what did you do for black folks? What is your legacy other than the ABCD alphabets making it normal, right? So you went even all the way to Africa. My African brothers now know about Bob Risky because of you, right? What in the world are you trying to impose your beliefs again on us? We saw what your 8 years did. So every other ethnic group, every other racial group in America often votes on issues that affect them. But when it comes to black folks, we shouldn't vote on issues that affect us. We should vote on the color of the skin. Tell me how that does not insult you as a black person. It does insult me. So y'all always say, my body, my choice. Well, I say, my vote, my choice. Bara.
He's
what?
sitting up there, black as he is, black as the clay in the sand of Africa,
Like that.
black as he is with that Trump shirt
He
on, with
put a
that
big
white
ass
man.
Trump shirt on.
He got that big ass Trump shirt on. That he got Trump all over his chest, and he is African. I mean, let me ask you this, Carl. Is this poison starting to sink into the minds of brothers and sisters in the other parts of the world? Are they rocking this in your country? Are they rocking? Are they rocking the Trump stuff over there in the Caribbean? What's going on?
I say this, and I've said it. We have to tip our hats and the white people for the brainwashing they have done.
Okay, Carl. Okay.
We never thought it. We never thought this is the way to control people, right?
What Willie Lynch said is going to affect us 500 to 600 years later. Still.
When the white man went to the Caribbean or whatever island or country, all of the brown and black people like, come on in. There's enough land for everybody. There's enough. Sit down, have something to eat. It's enough for everybody. And what would the white man, the white thinking? No, no. We want all of it. We want to kill you. We're gonna take all of it, right? What did Columbus do when he came to America? He wrote to Queen Isabella in Spain and said to her, "These people are very docile. We can take over. We can kill them and take everything."
Wow.
They were
Yeah.
docile and very friendly. So they're thinking,
Does sound very friendly.
right? They're thinking, oh,
Easy to manipulate, yeah.
they're thinking this is a nice white. We're going to be friendly to him. We're going to show him how gracious we are, and you know what I mean. There's enough, and he's thinking these people are so nice. I can take all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
But we weren't thinking on that level, which is why we're in the position we're in today. They, as I say, out eviled us, if that's a word.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't on that level, but now it's too late. You know what I mean?
And I bet you they won't take that nonsense over there to Senator Allen. You know that Allen that as soon as you step your foot on there, they killing you. Nobody has not been on that Allen in years. The last white person got killed going on that Allen.
Ooh, my goodness.
What Senator Allen? I think it's like in the middle of, like on the side of Africa. They've been there. They came there one time, and mad people wound up. I think they took 5 people, and they wound up passing away because of the diseases and stuff. To this day, you cannot even go near there on a boat or anything. They will kill your ass as soon as you try. They're not trying to be colonized. They've been there for thousands of years, minding their business. Us,
Wow.
we just let people in. Come on in. Welcome. And then they eat with us and kill us. So no.
Hey, Carl, my stomach can't take no more of those videos, bro.
Yeah, that video was crazy. I don't even
Carl
know
was
where
saying
they.
those all the whole damn show, man.
Yeah.
I
It's
was gonna take a
very
blood. I already
ignorant.
take blood pressure medicine. I need blood pressure medicine after
But
this show, Carl.
Kev, it's real talk, and you want to hear something I told y'all before. Working for the elections, it was more Haitians and Spanish people voting for Trump back in the day, when he first came out, and I couldn't understand it. Like, he against y'all periodly, but y'all gave him more votes than ever. It be a lot of people, like he said, it's a lot of ignorant people that don't know the system, that don't know what's going on, or they do not even care to even find out what's going on.
All right. All right.
Now, okay.
Let me make Kevin feel a little better. Here you go.
This about the clip that went viral of Obama having a conversation with a group of black men about why he felt the Walls and Harris ticket was better suited for them. But it's just like they did Magic Johnson. Oh, there you go. Always trying to lecture the black man. That motherfucking man ain't trying to lecture you. He was giving you his opinion. Do what you want to do with the information. But it's just like anytime somebody telling you something you don't want to hear, you feel like they trying to motherfucking lecture you. It's just like a motherfucking kid. You telling a child something he don't want to hear, they gonna turn their motherfucking head because they feel like you trying to lecture them. But Trump can call into a motherfucking black barbershop in Atlanta, Georgia, and tell you the same thing on why he feel you should vote for him. And don't nobody say, oh, there he go, always trying to lecture the black man. He can send Byron Donner and Tim Scott all around the motherfucking country and do radio interviews on why the black people should vote for Donald Trump. And don't nobody say, oh, there they go, always trying to lecture the black man. But the minute the goddamn black man, who for 8 years turned around the motherfucking economy that everybody benefited from, who earned the right to have a motherfucking conversation with you. Now, he better watch out. Why he always trying to shame the black man? I'm going to tell you what shaming the motherfucking black man is. Going to your motherfucking city, just like 45 do, whether it's Detroit, whether it's Milwaukee, whether it's Atlanta, and telling you in your motherfucking face, this city is a motherfucking mess because too many of y'all motherfucking live here. That's what's motherfucking shaming you. Well, why he always isolate the black?
If you vote for Trump, you vote for your race to get annihilated. Like, he already ready to give police total immunity, you know what I'm saying, to take us out. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going around killing white people.
Right.
When they see white people, they are comfortable. They're great. They're calm. They're not afraid of anything. When they see other races, they're cool, they're calm. Soon as they see somebody that's black, for some odd reason, they're startled. We got a gun somewhere. We got to. Something got to be wrong. You know, they don't care about, oh, he going through mental health issues. That's what they say about the little white boys that shoot up the school and shit. Notice there ain't no black kids shooting up no schools around this bitch.
Right.
We shooting up, you know, little black kids shoot up where they go to. Like,
Yeah. You were saying, information man, you were saying something earlier?
Oh no, I just I don't know. Everything that he just said on there, we know are going to come down the pipeline if this man gets in office. Sure, the Democrats have their issues. Republicans have always had their issues, but Donald Trump himself, you're right, Kev. He's a puppet. That's the reason why there's powers that be behind him, because they know that they can get anything they want out of him. And some of these leaders in the world, such as the Putins of the world, they would love to have him in office so that they can get whatever they want.
They talk.
Right, he talks their talk. You're absolutely right. I just don't know if Trump gets in office and implements the things he wants to do. I guarantee you, these same black people that were pushing him, talking up for him, these same Negroes are going to be the same Negroes that's going to be complaining and saying, "Oh my God, I didn't know. I just think, and like I said before, I can't wait to call some of these folks out, especially on social media, who have been carrying this man's water. I don't know why. What is? I never thought I would see a day where we would openly support an open racist, a liar, a man who lies. You know, black people like to confess how Christian we are, right? This man is the habitual liar. He lies about everything. Don't the Bible say something about that? He's a liar about everything. Where is our Christian faith? Where does that kick in with a guy like Trump who lies all the time, makes up stories constantly? I mean, let me look at what just happened this past week. Him and JD Vance. Trump lied and said the Biden administration secretly caused the storm in Florida. What kind of crazy shit is that? Yeah. Did y'all miss that?
No,
And then, right. And then you had Green, Taylor Green. I can't stand her. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
She reinforced. Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene reinforced the conspiracy theory that somehow they have powers to create storms. And then they lied and kept telling everybody that the Biden administration only gave $750 as relief. And that turned out to be a lie, a farce. But everybody I noticed, even black people on YouTube in Pacific, were running with that story. They were running with it as if it was true. And it was all lies that comes out of his campaign. That's dangerous. You want that type of individual in the White House?
I can't believe he said that. Like, so if that's the case, we feel, I'm sorry, this is my opinion. I don't understand why his ear is not shot off. I really don't get it. I don't understand why is the
Okay.
ear still sitting there. I don't see a piece going. I don't see bruises. I don't see anything. Even with the man in the woods that came out trying. So all of that is propaganda. How we know if you lied about all this other stuff that's going on? How we don't know you was lying about your assassination just to get a sympathy vote? That's
You
my.
notice
I'm just asking.
you don't hear anything else about the two assassination attempts on his life. The first guy, they were talking about that. You don't hear anything about that anymore. No more information about the investigation that's come out. I find it interesting. The other guy that attempted on his life, he was behind bushes for 12 hours. And another thing, they still have not come out with how did he know that Trump was going to be there when it was a random situation that Trump. See, there's something I find strange
Funny.
about everything that's going on right now politically. And I personally, if Trump is a liar, and JD Vance already said that he's willing to lie about stuff that's not true. You see what happened to Springfield, Ohio, what they did to those people there. They're living damn near under terrorism there because people were putting death threats on their life, right?
Right. And the schools and everything.
If Trump is willing to do this, what more do you think he's capable of doing when he gets the seat of power? It'll be 10 times worse.
Yeah.
I agree. That's what I've been saying over and over and over and over again. We cannot play around with this election. There's too much at stake for this country, for people of color, for women. You know, everything is on the line come November 5th, and we can't take the chance. We can't cry about what Obama didn't do. Or Kamala Harris being a woman and she's not black enough because she's not from this country, and her father is so and so, and we don't have time for all of this nonsense. And like my man said, the motherfucking dude that clip that I like that dude. Follow him on TikTok. He's funny as hell. He makes good points. The brother said, man, like, what are we doing? We can't take this chance. Like, we don't have time for this nonsense. We got to make sure that Donald Trump do not become next president of the United States of America. We've been warned. We've been warned by his former colleagues, Republicans who aren't voting for him. We've been warned. Only people, his MAGA. And the saddest thing that just breaks my heart is that like my man said, the motherfucking dude, we're dealing with black people, right? He said, I never thought we had to deal with black people. I know we had to deal with the rednecks, the MAGA, the racists, the Nazis, all these people supporting Trump because they don't like the browning of America. We know that. But the black folks is what got my head going around like Linda Blair right now. I just can't understand the black people. I'm more pissed at the black people I'm more pissed at black Trump supporters than I am at white Trump supporters. Because it's so,
Yeah.
look,
I
to say
just
Barack Obama is talking down to us. This is all that's been on TikTok. What do you think white people are saying about this? And secretly, behind closed doors, if you're a fly on the wall, they're loving this. They're loving all these black TikTokers calling Barack Obama names because they've been calling his brother names for 16 years now. I mean, Michelle names, him name, his daughter's names. They've been dogging this black family out for 8 years in the White House, and they're out the White House and they're still catching heat.
that brother talked about Joe Biden said, "If you don't vote for me, you're not black." I think that was an attempt at humor. It was a bit of sarcasm.
Oh, you thought that was humor? I thought that was disrespectful.
I didn't think.
My personal thought on that is I think he was saying out loud what a lot of people were thinking. Because me personally, I think that. I mean, I thought that. I thought, well, if you
If you look at
voting
it,
for Trump, something wrong with you. Look,
as,
if you vote for Trump against Biden, something wrong with you, and you vote for Trump against Kamala Harris, there's something wrong with you. If you're voting for Trump, period, there's something wrong with you.
But why did he have to say it like that? Like that, I felt insulted. You're not black if you vote for what? What are you talking about? I'm always going to be black. We wake up black, go to sleep black. But I just thought that was just real insensitive
I,
to black people, and people thought it was jokes.
I
I didn't
wasn't
take it as a
insulted
joke.
by it because I wasn't insulted by it, Tiffany, because I like I said, I thought he was just speaking what some black people were saying to themselves. I don't think I know what you're saying. He shouldn't have said it. White
but
people don't have a pass to say everything that we say. Like we might drop the N word, but that don't mean white people have a right to drop the N word. Like
Right,
Slim
Right.
Shady. Slim Shady shouldn't say the N word in his song because Dr. Dre says the N word in his song.
right. I
You know
don't
what I'm
think
saying?
Spanish
So
people should say the N
Biden
word.
Biden
Shit.
shouldn't have said it, but don't believe that there weren't black people thinking what he said out loud. You understand my point?
Right.
I'm just saying he said out loud what he thought maybe some of us was thinking to ourselves. And
he was
maybe as a
he was
white man, he shouldn't say that.
right. He was saying, I'm running against a racist." How you?
That's what he was saying, basically. I'm running against a
He should have
racist.
said that. I would have rather him say that
Right.
because you can't question our blackness. I mean, come on, you ain't
Yeah,
black.
he said it wrong, but he basically said, "Listen, I'm running against a racist. If you're black, you better vote for me because look at who my opponent is."
But since he said that, black people are still pissed about that, but not pissed about Trump going, look at my African American friend over here. You know how
Right.
many how many racist things Trump has said against Black
Oh
America
god.
since Biden made that comment, and we're still fixated on that comment from Biden.
It's not only that. Trump done got on people that had special needs. He was doing all of this. He was
Oh,
like you like, wait a
the,
minute, did he just go in on a special needs? So that's what I'm saying. It's like he don't have no filter, he don't have no boundaries. And that's the question. Do we want somebody in charge that don't have no boundaries? Like don't
no, we
care.
don't. Right. Remember when Trump ran before and he said, there goes my African American. The brother that he said that to all these years later, I think he did an interview and he said that he didn't appreciate Trump saying that to him. He felt he got some, and then he got some criticism, you know, by other black people that were like, man, why you, that man talk to you like that? He today he regrets Trump using him as part of his little, his ability to try to like appeal to black people. So Yeah, a lot of our people, man. I don't know. We just
Well, the way I see it, I think, and this is my personal opinion. I think a lot of black people look around, they see who's in charge, and they just gave up. They figured these racist white people they're not gonna let up. It is what it is, so I might as well join them. And
Right.
those are the black Trump supporters. We know they're racist, but they own everything. They have all the jobs. They have all the company. You know what I mean? So we might as well go along with them, and that's how you get the black Trump supporters. So
What they said, you can't beat them, join them type of mentality.
yeah.
if you can't
Well,
beat them, join them.
No way.
Right.
they beat them, join them. Yeah.
There's no way you could be a black person in America and have that kind of mental, have that kind of thinking. There's no way. Like I said, I wasn't even born here, and it just drives me, bonkers. And I can imagine what it's like for the people that were born here and dealing with it from birth. I came in the middle of my,
Thank you, Carl. Thank you.
and
I hear what you're saying, Carl.
it's just crazy to me. And then we got that fucking African guy. You know what I mean? From, like, hey, listen, if black Americans, let me say this again, I think I've said it before, did not put their lives on the line when black people from the Caribbean and Africa and Brazil, when we got off the plane, we would have been hit with fire hoses and dogs would be on our ass and we would be drinking from different water fountains and we couldn't do all this shit that we can do if black Americans didn't take all the heat before we got here. They took all the heat and then here we come with a big stupid smile, thinking that, what I mean, that this is the way it was. And no,
You're
people
right.
died so you can come here and with that big freaking African grin.
Yes,
No?
yes,
You're
Carl.
right. You're right, Carl.
That's
You're right
right.
about that.
Big
It's
African.
it's true though.
We would be dealing with all the shit you guys already dealt with. So I think when black people come from Africa, the first thing they should do when they get off the plane is hit them with some fire hoses, sick some dogs on them,
Oh
and
my God.
this is, you know what I mean?
They're gonna be like, what is this? What is this? What is this? I didn't come all the way to America to get water horse.
Yeah. So yeah. So
That's funny.
should be a
That
stat.
is too funny.
No, but that's real talk. Carl is
Yeah.
keeping it real. We should do that. Let them get the water
Yeah.
hoses, the dogs,
Yeah.
and the nooses, and
Yes.
be like, y'all ready? I bet you they'll get their ass back on their plane.
This is what it
So
was.
information, man. The poll. So Donald Trump was in California, yesterday, right? I don't know what part of California he was in, but he's in California. He's where they they don't know why he's there. 'Cause I don't think a
He's not
Republican
gonna win.
president.
He's not gonna win California whatsoever. I don't know
But
what
he
he's
was there.
doing.
Yeah, he was there
Yeah.
trying. I don't know why he was there because no Republican president, I don't think, has won California in a long time, right? So,
Right.
but he's
And
there for some reason. I don't know why, but
right.
he was there, looking for
Well,
attention.
he's going to be in New York too. They're saying he's going to be speaking in New York. He's going to
He's
Democratic
coming to
spots.
Madison Square Garden. I
Right.
heard about it. And the thing is, what they're worried about is he gonna fill the arena.
I
Because
don't
a
Well,
think
you
lot of
know
so.
his
what?
last
It's
shows
enough.
has not been filled.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, if that arena holds 70,000 people? There's probably 70,000 people in between Pennsylvania, New York, and New Jersey, uh, who like him to fill that arena. But that 70,000 is still probably not a big number compared to all the people in those regions, as far as you add those three states up, Pennsylvania, because people will come from Pennsylvania to all those people won't be New Yorkers. I don't think he'll get 70,000 New Yorkers to show up, but he'll get people from surrounding areas to come in. And people come to a circus all the time. So people will show up just to say I was there. Doesn't that necessarily mean they're Trump supporters? People just want to be there because it's a Trump rally. I mean, I don't know. It'll be surprising if he fills up. I see a lot of Trump signs here in New York where I live. I also see a lot of Harris Wall signs in yards, and I see Trump signs. We had a cat not too far from where I live on the corner selling Trump flags last week. I drove by.
Oh
You
my
know, they
God.
had a table set up, had Trump flags. I saw this white lady on the corner by Dunkin' Donuts, about 3 miles from where I live at, waving a big giant Trump sign
Oh
like
my
this.
God.
And people were
It's like a
driving
cult.
by, talking their horn, like in approval, So, you know,
So what
It's
if
a
yeah,
he
complete
decides to
cult.
go into New York?
yeah,
I mean,
it's very
do you think it's
cultish.
going to
Yeah,
be dangerous?
it's
Do you
very
think it's
cultish.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you
But
That's
think
the
they're gonna have to be on high alert and high security because Trump is coming to Madison Square Garden?
well, Trump, he might try to stage another assassination attempt.
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, uh, like information man said, there's something not right about those assassination things, man. But there's nothing we can do about it because obviously people in the government that want him to be president is behind it. If that's true, and it's never going to come. It will come out in our lifetime. If it ever comes out that it was staged, it won't be in our lifetime. Something to come out 30, 40, 50 years from now that whole thing was staged, and our grandkids be like, "What the hell was wrong with these people back in those days to fall for that shit?" you know, it could be so embarrassed 60 years from now when adults look back and go, "Damn, there was some dumbass adults back in those days."
We,
Yeah.
we're gonna wrap it up soon. But what I want to know though is once Donald Trump has gone, there's gonna come a time when there's no more Donald Trump. I don't mean dead, but I mean he lost if he lost this election, and I don't think he's gonna have anything. All the people that have exposed themselves, and that's what I think they're doing. That you're exposing yourself as a horrible person. If you're a Trump supporter, where are they going to go? Like, what are they going to do? They're going to try to fit back into society. They're going to be apologize. I mean, they're going to say, "I didn't know what I was doing." Like, you have exposed yourself as a horrible person.
Carl, it all it does is it manifests itself. Let me give you a perfect example. And I think people have gone to sleep on this. One of the reasons why Trump was able to build this coalition that he has, what we call Trumpers, or it's very coach like, is it all goes back to the birther movement originally. Remember when Barack Obama was in office, Trump constantly kept claiming that he wasn't a citizen, that he wasn't born here, that he wasn't real. Let me see your transcripts and all these different things, right? I'm going to send investigators to Hawaii and I'm going to break this story out wide out. What Trump did is he was actually speaking to a group of people in this country who did not like the fact that Barack Obama was president. They were racist. And so he really was able to galvanize that group. So you had the birther movement, and then let's not forget you had the Tea Party movement, in which you had all these Tea Party people who got lucky, got in office, and caused a lot of problems. And then eventually they lost their candidacy and got phased out. Well, what Trump basically did is the Trump movement, or the mega movement, is a coalition of both the birther movement mixed up with the Tea Party movement. What I'm basically saying in a nutshell is that these people don't disappear. They basically morph into another movement. So if eventually when Trump is no longer able to run, you're still going to have people, his little disciples, his little minions, who are going to still be trying to stir up the pot. Matter of fact, even if Trump doesn't get in office, these people are still going to listen to Trump because Trump has all these followers who they need for their votes. That's why a lot of these Republicans, what you would call Ronald Reagan Republicans, are going down to hell with this man because he has a base that they need to maintain their relevancy to be elected or stay in the office. Right. So what we have to make sure that we do is that when Trump is no longer here, he croaks on a chicken bone or something like that, or something happens, we can't sit back and say, okay, Trump is no longer here. He has no power. Everything is better in the world. No, these people are going to morph. That's where we failed with the Tea Party movement and the Tea Party movement. We failed to look at these two groups and say, we better keep an eye on these two groups. And it mainly started with the birther movement. And this is why I don't understand why any black person would want to vote for Trump. Look at the racism that he used on Barack Obama. I don't care if Barack is Kenyan and white or whatever we want to call it. The bottom line is Trump treated him like a black man. He used racism on him. He lied about him. He did everything. He said, let me see your academic transcripts. That's akin to what they would do to black people when black people had to show their slave papers. Why can't black people, this is what I mean by we don't see the nuances. We're caught up in the flash. If you look at the nuances, you would say there's no way I can vote for Trump because he showed anti-black sentiments towards Barack. And you got to be honest, he's showing, I don't care if Kamala Harris is Indian and black, whatever, he's still showing an anti-sentiment towards someone who is not typical, not what you would call a traditional white person. Why can't we see that? Why can't we see his racism? But when you tell people that he's a racist, what they'll say is yeah, but Biden did the crime bill. Biden's a racist. Sir, we know what Biden is. But I'm talking about the man that you keep running behind. You want to tell me what Biden is, but you following one.
We gotta pray for our people. Our people can be very ignorant.
Right. And we know that Dr. King and many of our black leaders, they dealt with these racists because they were trying to get something for us, not because they was running around wearing can you imagine Dr. King and black folks in the 60s wearing George Wallace t-shirts? That's equal to the Trump shit that we see in the day. Right, Kev? Right. Carl and Tiffany?
They wouldn't be doing that. They wouldn't be doing that. Matter of fact, they wouldn't even been doing advertisement. Like I saw some people that fight for black people and they wound up doing a Cadillac commercial. And I'm why are they doing a Cadillac commercial? And it was for Women's Month, but you had a transgender crowning a black woman. Like
right. That's
I don't
weird.
like all that mix, stuff.
Nah,
so
that's crazy. But
you know what I'm saying? Like he's shown us who he is enough for people so many times, and people are still willing to vote for him because they think they got a $1,200 check and they're gonna get another $1,200 check.
I got a $1,200 check and I ain't
got to do better.
Him.
We got to do better. We just got to do better. I mean, there's a possibility. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen on November 5th. I just know that if this lady loses this election because of black people, it's just unforgivable and extremely sad.
But you gonna be mad at every black person?
Yeah, basically, I will be. Yeah, I'll be pissed off at Black America. Anybody who I know that put this. First of all, on November 5th, win or lose, I'm deleting so many people off my Facebook account. It's not even funny.
Yeah, I think I am too.
I'm so sick
I think there's a lot of people.
Win or lose, if she wins, I'm still deleting these fools. If I know that I know my Trump supporters. A lot of them are associates. A lot of them are fans who come to my shows. They are going down, man. They're getting off my page. I'm telling you.
Defamation, man. Hey, they be making me laugh when they talk about this. When they say they see their friends that they have to delete. Because
hey, I know. I may have to delete some folks that I have followed on YouTube that are talking and got Trump all in their mouth. I said something on my channel. It's pretty, I said on one of my videos I said so many black folks got Trump's, hot dog in their mouth and they're sucking and swallowing. I use the other word, of course, but you know what I mean? I said, black people are so invested in Trump that they're literally sucking his, and swallowing. Hey, Kev, Carl, let me know whenever you all are coming to California to do a show anywhere, particularly Northern California where I live at. Let me know, man, so that I can come, support your show.
Yeah,
let me know. Send me an email or anything. Yeah, because I like to. Yeah, whenever you guys come to if you come to Northern California, and you're performing somewhere, give me a heads up so I can come support the show.
When the last time you been to
Hey,
New York?
did you ever connect with Ty Barnett?
Me? Who?
Information man, did you ever connect with Ty?
Nah, I didn't get a chance. I didn't have a. I didn't. Wasn't able to.
Okay, all right.
Can you help me?
Connect with Ty?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
help me out. But yeah, let me know in general. You know, when if you brothers are ever in my
But when
neck of
you
the
coming
woods,
to
so I can
when you
support.
coming to New York, Mister
Oh, I'll probably be
Information?
coming to New York at some point soon. I actually want to go to New York, so I'll probably. But if I go to New York, it's probably going to be more towards next summer or something. I'm not going there in the wintertime. No, no,
Oh,
no,
stop. You
no,
want
I
to
no,
be
don't
no.
all
blame you, bro.
right?
I
I
don't want to
don't
be out
blame you.
there in the no. I'd rather go out there in the spring, when it's nice.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to
And
mess
it's
with the
more stuff
snow and
happening.
all
Yeah.
that.
You don't want to mess with no snow
Anyway,
here, bro. Not
right.
at all.
Anyway, let me jump off the panel. Y'all have a great rest of the night. Great
Thank
discussion.
you.
And
Thank you, bro, for stepping
we're
in,
gonna
man.
see.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do a campaign show the night of the campaign
We
and
should merge
see. Yeah,
together.
we could do that. I think I want to do a
Carl,
campaign
that'd be
show
good. We should
and
merge
see
together.
Well, if you guys are on before me, then I'll just attach myself to you, or either way. But I want to see what's gonna happen that night
Yeah.
Yeah.
and see.
Hey,
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna if Trump wins, I'm really gonna look at this country, considering what he did on January 6th and all the shit that he's been doing. If he wins this election, I'm not going to. Not that I ever did, but I'm not going to look at this country the same. Meaning, it's going to really make me look at this country in a whole different light. That a man with his criminal background now could get in office and lie, cause problems, and you get elected. That speaks to the sick pathology of our society. And the sad part about it is that you got black folks contributing to this sick pathology.
Yeah, I'm with you,
Anyway,
man. I'm with you on that one.
y'all take care, man. Take care.
Bye,
Peace.
Information Man.
Bye,
Thank you, Information Man.
Tiffany.
Appreciate you,
All
man.
right, looking good, sister. All right, take care, y'all.
Take care, bro. I'm with him on that. I would never be. I would, like I said earlier, it'd be unforgivable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you would definitely look at people differently. And to be honest with you, nobody can tell if he's not talking about reparations as soon as he come in. I'm not messing with none of them. You're right. I'll probably be silent. I'm not talking to nobody.
Yeah. All right. Before we go, Kevin, anything you want to share that you learned tonight before we?
Man, I learned that almost 400 years now, black people, we are still got a long way to go. Still got a long way to go. We still got a long way to go. And I want to give a shout out to comedian and radio show host Wanda Smith, passed away.
Oh, I heard about she
What happened?
passed away.
What happened?
Comedian Wanda Smith. I was on a TV show called Comic View on BET with Wanda Smith
She's
many
the
years
one.
ago.
Carl,
But
sorry, Carl.
Wanda's most
Sorry,
famous
Ken.
now. She had a heart attack?
No, I think she had a heart attack. But Carl, she's the one that had the beef with Kevin Hart, with Cat Williams.
Yeah,
She
William. Yeah,
tried to disrespect Cat Williams on the show, and then her husband tried to shoot him and stuff.
yeah,
That's the one.
yeah. She passed away. She was actually a nice girl. And she's very popular radio
Yeah,
host
she
in the
was
Atlanta
cool, but she
area.
played Cat Williams. I'm sorry, I saw the whole show, and I was like, why
Yeah,
would she
I
even?
saw it too. Yeah, I
Why would
saw
she
it. Yeah.
even play him? Like, you
Well,
understand what I'm
she
saying?
got roasted by a real comedian, so she
Yes,
got
she
roasted.
did.
But yeah, well, he's on her show. She had to do what she had to do. She was interviewing him, and it didn't go well. He
No,
kind of.
she was not interviewing him. It's actually for Red. You know Red, the
Oh yeah, Red
comedian.
Grant. Yeah, I know Red. I know
They
Red very
just
well.
wanted him to. He was just there. They asked him to come on camera, and then when he came on camera, she started getting in on him, and
Right.
that's when he was like, "Uh-oh, no, mm-mm." So bad that the husband wanted to shoot him. That's how serious it was.
Yeah.
So,
He loved his
God rest
wife.
her soul. But did you heard what Cat Williams? He said everybody gonna have their day in 2024. Like I'm like this, like
Yeah, man.
Jesus.
But yeah, she
I
passed
would have
away
never thought.
yesterday. I don't know. Nobody come out and say. I've asked some people what happened. Nobody seems to know why she passed away. Could be a heart attack. She wasn't sick or anything, but yeah, she just passed away yesterday, man. But I haven't seen the lady in a year. We worked together on Comic View, and that was probably like 2003, I think. So, but she had her own radio show, her and Frank Ski down in Atlanta, highly rated show, and she's gone, man. 58 years old. She was married, had two kids, and she's
Yeah.
out. She's
She
done,
was
man.
a young lady. She was a young. She's an older woman, but she
58,
was young.
58, man.
Yeah, that's young. She still had
And
time.
Red is young.
Damn,
That's
your mom just reminded me that Sissy Houston passed away this week. Also,
oh yeah,
Oh
that's right. That's right.
yeah.
That's right. I was supposed to we're
yeah,
supposed to talk about that. So much other stuff happened. We forgot to
91
mention
years old.
60 Sydney Houston. Yeah, my mom wanted you to play this song by her. I don't know. I forgot, mom. Sorry, mom. Long day. Yeah, but Sissy Houston passed away. Whitney's mom, allegedly.
yeah. Alleged,
Oh, I heard about that, but
right?
that is so deep.
Well, the other
But we will
lady,
never know, because they didn't take DNA tests on Whitney or something. But I did hear that they said that the father had a affair with some other celebrity. She's a celebrity woman that looks just like Whitney Houston,
she does look like Whitney. I saw the video of that girl
just
singing. I
like
was like, oh my
her,
gosh, she sang like Whitney, looked like Whitney. And hey,
everything,
no
and
offense to Cicely Houston, but she did
Sissy
not look
Houston.
like Whitney Houston at all.
No, she don't. And not even the sons. Like,
Yeah, so I don't know.
so
Father was a player, from what I understand. He was a player. He was hitting everything that moved. He's the Joe Jackson of the East Coast. So
no, you didn't.
Here to
so that dude was getting busy. Yeah, so she passed away. May she rest in peace. Uh, and I don't mean to bring that controversy up about her on her deathbed. I mean, why she's passed. So I shouldn't have
Well,
brought that
God
up.
bless her
I shouldn't have
soul,
brought
you
that up.
know.
Yeah.
here's a
Um,
quick video.
yeah. She had a beautiful.
I didn't know she was in a group. I didn't.
She's a background singer for Aretha Franklin.
Elvis Presley and
Yeah, and
mad people. Aretha Franklin.
well, she talked about Elvis tried to hit on her, and she said that
She like dark meat.
Elvis came onto her, and she talked in an interview. She said that she was scared to do anything with him because at the time, hey, back in that day, interracial dating wasn't a big thing, but Elvis did try to get a piece of dark meat from her, but sneaky ass Elvis boy tried to hit that, but yeah, it didn't happen. So she said it didn't happen. She was nervous and kind of told him no, but he did come to her hotel room and try to.
She was a soprano voice.
There's a song.
Amazing.
There's a song on Aretha Franklin's song, and she's in the background. I heard her on TikTok
Oh,
the other
hitting the
day.
high key. She hitting
Yeah,
that
she did.
high
That was
key.
her. I didn't know that was her.
Um,
What's the
what
name of that
song
song?
is that?
What's the name of that song? I had it on my. I think I sent it to our page the other day.
Is it a gospel song?
It's one of her most one of Ain't no way. That song, Ain't No
Ain't
Way.
no
She's the one
way.
hitting the background note
She
in
hitting
that
them
song.
high keys in the back.
Them high keys, yeah, that's
Ooh.
Whitney's mom. She's hitting those notes.
They said
And she
nobody
sounds
can
like a
hit those notes like her.
no, those notes. She was hitting those notes in that song. I never knew it was her, but that was her hitting those notes. And I think I sent it to us. But yeah, she had an amazing voice. She was hitting those notes. And that yeah, Ain't No Way by Whitney, by Aretha Franklin's song, where she was hitting those notes in the background. I'm gonna go listen to that song now as we get off the air. But that was Miss uh, Cicely Houston in the background hitting those notes. Ain't No Way by Aretha Franklin. Ain't no way for you
Yeah,
to
we have to salute
love.
her because she was definitely an awesome singer. I don't think that she went front like Whitney, and that's probably why they pushed her daughter Whitney. But we know that she had a sad life towards the end of her life. That two of her her daughter and her grandchild passed away. So now that they're all together, I hope that all of them is at peace. Thank you for sharing your daughter. Thank you for sharing yourself, your family, and we send honor to we send our condolences to the family.
Now, question about her. A question about her. Okay, so yeah, I know Bobby Brown came out and gave a tribute to her. Also, that was his ex mother-in-law. So he came out and said some very nice things about her. So yeah, wow,
Why
man.
not? He should. Well, it's listen. What can he can't when somebody die, you can't really, go in on her. But he was married to her daughter for years, and gave her a grandchild.
I'm sorry.
That's is that you or Carl? Carl, we can't
That's
hear
me.
you.
That's me playing the "Ain't No Way" song.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, your mom said the song was "Sweet Inspiration" by. So I hope this is the one. But if it's wrong,
Let's see.
When you call me baby, baby, it's such a sweet inspiration. When you call me darling, darling, sets my heart to skating. And if I'm out in the rain, baby, and in a bad situation, I just reach back in my mind, and there I find your sweet, sweet inspiration, inspiration. Yeah. Oh, what a power! And I got the power every hour of the day. I need your sweet inspiration, yeah, to go on living, to keep on giving this away. I need your sweet inspiration, sweet inspiration, sweet inspiration, sweet inspiration, sweet, sweet inspiration. I've got to have your sweet, sweet inspiration. Give me your sweet inspiration, sweet inspiration.
Yeah, man.
That
Wow.
was nice
you
to
know what we
see
got to
her
do a show on? We got to do a show on how they cheated black artists from their money. I was watching a video on Chuck Berry.
music.
He wrote Maybelline himself, everything, and 1/3 of it went to the some guy that happened to be working there. 1/3 of it went to the the guy that owned the studio, his daughter or his kids. So they put him on as like they were writers or they got royalties just because
Yeah.
nothing.
We'll do a show on that. But when Michael Jackson bought the Beatles catalog, uh, he had all those black artists' music, and he gave them the rights back. Little Richard, Michael Jackson gave Little Richard his music back, which made Little Richard an instant millionaire because he wasn't at
Right.
that time. He was struggling, you know, to make ends meet, and Michael Jackson made him an instant millionaire by giving him his record rights back. He also gave the rights back to Brooke Benton, Fats Domino. There was a lot of artists from back in the '60s that didn't own their rights, and Michael Jackson gave them all their music back. He bought that Beatles catalog and gave them their rights back.
They just
And
used they just to take their stuff, just take
yeah,
it.
just took their stuff,
Look,
man.
look,
Yeah, that's what I'm
back
saying.
in
People
those
people talk about
times.
Michael Jackson, but Michael Jackson was a shrewd businessman, and people, he lightened his skin and all. He had white this and white. Michael Jackson was a down
No,
brother,
but he
man.
was nothing to mess with. He was
No,
nothing to
he
mess
took
with.
care of black people. He took care of all those black artists that got ripped off in the '60s, and he gave them their music back. He bought that Beatles catalog. Paul McCartney's still pissed about it, but Michael gave all those black people their music back. Paul McCartney would have never gave that music back.
You
Little
know they
Richard would have
wasn't
died.
doing
Little
that.
Richard would have died a broke man. He died a rich man thanks to Michael Jackson giving him his rights back.
You still have artists right now that they can't even use their name. And back in the days, Carl, they used to call it race records. So a lot of them did not own nothing, especially if they wrote it. They did not allow them to own it, and it's really sad. So a shout out to Michael that did do that. Also, fact that he bought Eminem's catalog when he
Yeah,
tried to disrespect him. So every time it played, it put money in his pocket. That's what you get, Eminem.
yeah. Messing with Michael Jackson, boy, you crazy.
uh, and now back to why all this stuff black people go through, and then some black people are gonna forget all of that and vote for Trump. Like,
Yep, they will.
People
$1,200
like
check.
voting for how can you say dysfunction. That's all the thing they're used to.
yeah,
That excuse needs to stop. We keep making these excuses about, like there's no like Jewish people aren't going to vote for anybody who praises Hitler.
no,
No, they're not.
you never hear Jews for Nazis, but you hear niggas for Trump.
Yep, you never see Jews for Hitler.
No,
Yeah.
no, something's wrong with us, But Tiffany, anything you want to share or you learn before we go? Anything?
Well, I want to say thank you to everybody for having patience because I know I've been moving around. Please make sure you like and subscribe. And we do not own the content that was up. We don't own the music or the video. It's for fair use only, educational purposes only. Definitely again, something that Information Man said, a lot of us don't have education in voting. And this should be the time that you take the time out and go look it up. You can go on YouTube, do a 10-minute video, 15-minute video. They would tell you about voting, and things that you should know. Because a lot of us is very ignorant to it. Again, make sure you vote because you are voting for yourself and not voting for what other people are saying or doing. Um, a shout out to my family, all my loved ones. I had a great nephew this week on the 9th, my 20th great nephew,
What? Congratulations.
my mother's
Oh, cool.
20th great grandchild.
So, how many Christmas gifts do you have to buy, Tiffany?
Listen, they gonna get a shout out and maybe $5 or something. But a shout out to my nephew. Congratulations to him and his girlfriend, his longtime girlfriend. Also I'm doing Fashion Week Brooklyn. So if anybody's in the New York area and you love fashion, we do Fashion Week Brooklyn. Just look us up, www.fashionweekbrooklyn. That's all I've been doing this whole weekend. But I love y'all all. It was definitely great talking to y'all. I miss y'all both. Hope to see y'all soon. Carl got a new woman. He don't know
Oh,
nobody.
I
But
had. I had. That shit is over.
oh, wait a minute. Already? You already?
Yeah. That,
It's
that
all
was
right. Dating is hard.
that was the beginning of the end. That was
Carl, I need to listen. We need to talk about dating. I think that should be
yeah,
our next
'cause
thing
I
that
need
we talk about. We should talk about the do's and the
That was quick,
don'ts
Carl.
of dating. So it don't end fast like that. You
yeah,
know?
she had a problem me doing this show. Like my weekends, yeah. So that had to go. She had to.
Wait a minute, she had a problem with us. Sorry,
Yeah,
boo. He's always gonna be my man on the weekend on Sunday. No.
yeah. Yeah. She had an attitude because I was, I mean,
And
like,
you know all your girls come for me. You know that, right?
I know that.
Everybody calls girlfriends go in my inbox asking me and talking to me about Carl. Carl be doing his thing.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Carl is
That
my
is
friend,
funny.
y'all. I'm not sleeping with Carl. No. Or
I,
Kevin.
I,
Thanks for clearing that up, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
We got
I
enough
do need a
problems.
man. I do need a man. I need a man out there. No.
we need to do a dating show. Like
Yeah,
Kevin.
we should. We should
Let's
talk
do a
about
dating show.
dating.
Kevin can help us because he has the longevity.
Who? We could bring Dr. Umar on.
He don't want no snow bunnies, and I'm not doing snow bunnies anyway.
Yeah. All right. I want to thank everyone for watching the show. I know we ran a little long tonight, 2.5 hours. Thank you to the man. Please check out the Information Man show. He has an excellent show. And you would love his show. If you love our show, you love Information Man show.
Yes, my mother loves him. She said he filled up with information.
Yeah, it's a good show. Information Man, I'm watching you in the voting booth.
Yeah. Anna, thank you. Scooby D2. Scooby D2 was asking if he can do the show earlier so he can go to bed because I guess England's like 8 hours ahead or whatever.
Oh, we
Really?
sorry, Scoopy.
Watch us on demand.
Yeah. Thank you, Donna, again. Thank you to everyone that watched. I took us off of Twitter because I don't like Elon Musk giving out $47 to people to vote for Trump. You guys heard about that?
What? He giving out money?
$47 for if you get someone to go vote. I don't know how he's gonna prove it. I don't know how he's gonna, but $47 is what you get.
Is it?
Yeah, that's per person.
That's it?
The richest man in the world can't come up with freaking $1,000 a
That
person.
$47 is my bag of weed. I'm nobody's buying that shit. Get out of here.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about you and this weed too on this show. We're doing a show on cannabis coming up. There's a show on
Long as I can
cannabis.
smoke a joint. No, I'm just kidding.
We'll do a show on cannabis. All right, y'all. Peace and love, everybody.
Kevin, you know I love you.
Love you, bro. Tiff.
I love
Enjoy
y'all
your fashion
too.
week, Tiffany.
Yes.
Huh? I'm trying
Enjoy
to
your
go hard.
fashion week.
It's all this week.
All this week?
I saw some,
Yes.
I was watching some of it with Tiffany the other day.
Oh, you saw the children, right? They be going in, right?
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I have a show this Saturday at 6 p.m. if y'all not doing anything. But it's really going to be
What's the address in Brooklyn?
It's in Brooklyn. It's at 630 Flushing Street at the Pfizer building. We have all three of our last shows Thursday, Friday, and Saturday there at Flushing.
I'll be on stage, but I'll catch you one of these days.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Thank you again for watching, and we love you, and we don't take it lightly that you guys spend your
Yes, thank you so much.
2.5 hours with us on Sundays. You truly appreciate it. And
Eat healthy.
And eat healthy.
Eat healthy.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from the chains. We helping you grow the black therapy show. In a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama.
I didn't eat the whole damn show. Hungry as hell.
You know it, Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany. You'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything.
Look, Kev, I'm hungry too,
Don't challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all your schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from my God above. It's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show. Let's go.
Yeah.